in Twitchland. Welcome to another night of Darts Night on Twitch here with the FODL, the FODL, the first online dart league. That's right, it's Thomas, aka the Criminal, coming at you for another exciting night of darting action. The chat is dead. It's fair. I understand no one wants to hear me talk about darts after my performance this season. I don't want to talk about it either. Let's go right into the standings. We do have a triple header coming at you. It's FODL BAB, B-A-B triple header. So we're first looking here at the B standings, which is kind of jumbled. Lots of different numbers of matches played. Most players on 3 or 4. Both players include those. Both players in the first matchup tonight have 3 or 4. Radar has 3, sitting kind of in the middle of the standings. It's a big jumble. Fourth place Toaster sits at 28 points. Last place Bar-Boy sits at 18, so only 11 points separating fourth from last, as FODL B is expected. Lush, 4 matches played. He's down there at the bottom. Thank God for the Lush. He's the only one who's got less points than I do. Thankfully, only to the bonus points I've won. So, big match for both, as they're both kind of sitting in the bottom half, looking to maybe get some traction to make a push for whatever the hell the playoffs are going to be. It just says promotion, relegation to be determined. So, you know, that's what we're working with. Let's meet the players. There you see him there, Radar and the Lush in our first matchup. Radar from Atlantic City, New Jersey. He is throwing the 22-gram Designa Patriot X darts. Last season finished 7th in FODL B. Hashtag Radar Love. Lush from Frederick, Maryland. Last season 5th in FODL B. Hashtag Double Double. He's throwing the 20-gram Red Dragon Javelin darts. Let's go right into the FODL B schedule. Only the couple matches played so far here in Game Week 3. 7 mark throw is the high mark to beat in cricket. 2.7 MPR, certainly a very beatable number there. 23 dart is the best leg so far, also certainly beatable. 140 for the throw, and nobody has set a best checkout yet, with the minimum being 60 there. So lots of potential bonus points on the table for both of our B matches this evening. DJ Mike Q subscribing with Prime. 9-month streak, thank you. DeGrubs and Yo-Yo Dad in there. What's up? Let's just go to some statistics. This is a great intro so far. Radar 2.2 MPR, Lush 1.94. Radar has won 67% of his legs compared to Lush. Only winning 1 leg so far this season. It was against me. Treble and bowl percentages and 5 mark percentages pretty close for both. Radar just missing a little bit less, hitting slightly more on the scoring, so a little bit of an advantage there to Radar so far. In 501, again pretty close, but Lush with the slight advantage this time. 50.5 average for him. Radar 48.5 for him. Lush doing a little better on the scoring. Radar a little maybe better on the finishing there with the average finish. Both have won right about 40% of their legs so far. So again, going to be a tight match. These two usually play some pretty competitive matches, so we'll have to see when we get to the split view. Do not adjust your television screens, ladies and gentlemen. We have the 2 most neon boards in the league, both on display for you right here. You know, thank you to the power of the internet for bringing you this game from the surface of the sun itself. Radar is going to be on the left. Lush is going to be on the right. We lost a follower there from my intro. We had 635 earlier. Thanks for whoever left us. B division matchup is going to be 8 legs of darts, 2 of cricket, 6 of 501. Players, you guys ready to get some darts in the air?
Yep.
I think they both said yep at the same exact time with like the same exact intonation. So there it is. I hear them both. Radar is going to be on the left. Lush is going to be on the right. Again, B division, 2 cricket, 6 501. Radar has the darts first. Game on.
Hey, shoot well, Lushy.
Go, dude.
Kilf and Scooter Magooch underway in another match at the top of your screen. Kilf up 1-0 in that one.
120.
And single 20. Start off for Radar. Ty Curry Pizza says, well, I'm here now. Please begin. All right.
2.
Lush is going to go for the 20s. He says, I've got twice as many marks as you. That's a 2. So, chance for Radar to close that wedge up first here. And he'll do so.
20s in the straight.
Real poor second dart, but it's straight all the way to the 18, but a nice blaze at 420s. Good recovery with that third, finding that treble 20. And with that, Lush forced to the 19 wedge. Whoa! Tough deflection there, drilling maybe right on the back of that flight. And it just rejected itself right out of the 19, so it's only 2 for Lush. Radar decided to stay after it with 2 darts, found 119, 120 to extend the point advantage. Lush Radar R. That's what Thai Curry Pizza said. There's 3 19s from Lush. My lips are incredibly chapped, so it hurts every time I open my mouth. So apologies if I don't yell anything tonight.
120.
Just a single 20 from Radar. I also woke up 2 hours ago. So it's been a good day for me. Lush doing well here on the 19 wedge. Going to find another 3 19s there. Solid. Has yet to find a treble, but throwing the dart straight there at the bottom of the board. Good enough to give him the point advantage back. Well, Radar with a nice third there to salvage that visit. Treble 20 with that third dart. First 2 string into that 1 wedge, so jumps him right back on top. And Lush again picking away, getting closer to the treble. Each visit subsequently closer, but not to find it yet. And Radar going to make a move with a lead here to try to close. Big third dart coming in. And he does close nicely there. So good third into the fat 19. He will close it up. Lush going to be forced to move. And he's going to go for the 18 wedge. Oh, and a big miss there for the Lush. First 2 darts were wayward of the 18. He tried to close up 20s just to prevent more points. Could not do it. Radar had that wayward 18 earlier. That helps him out, actually, as he finds 2 18s to close and a 20 to extend. So now Radar, a little more cushion on the scoring and an additional wedge closed. But Lush was doing very well on the bottom of the board earlier. 17s right next door to 19s. In Lush fashion, attempting to hit that double. Maybe he went for 3 double 17s there. Only going to find 1 double. Single as well, though. So he does close it up. Pits 2, subscribing for 26 months. Thank you, Commissioner, for subscribing for most of the months that we've had this league. An ugly miss there from Radar. And maybe a bit of an opportunity for Lush to try to get back in this leg. Still looking for that first treble. And wow, that was right on the wire. And got rejected. Wow, brutal dart from the Lush. 3 17s on the floor. That thing just drilled the top wire of the 17 wedge and was denied. Unfortunate. Radar with a single 20 does manage to jump back on top. That dart hits a wire but stays. Lush does use lighter darts, so is a little bit more susceptible maybe to those wire shots, but he'll find another 317. Big first dart there from Radar. He's going to try to follow it. Maybe going for the hero dart, maybe not. Maybe he just moved over. But another blaze at 420s with a nice treble on the first. So right back on top. DJ Mike Hughes says the sarcastic backhanded remarks of Criminal are his favorite. Well, you'll be in for a treat tonight, because this is the peak of my excitement level. There's 2 17s. I fell asleep at about 6 a.m. last night because I was so depressed about my match and darts in general, and then slept until I had to participate in more dart stuff. That was nice. There's 3 17s from Radar, very tightly grouped there. HX Duck, Cricket still sucks. Factual. So Lush again forced to move. It's a pretty tight leg here. A big visit from either could swing it. The difference has been Lush not able to find a single treble so far, and That trend will continue. There's a big miss, so this could be a huge turn here. Opportunity for Radar to really put the screws in.
4.
And he did with that third dart. 4 16s from Radar. Huge third into that treble. A massive dart. Now 2 wedge advantage. Increase the point lead. But Lush has found the first treble. And a second. And, oh, the third dart snuck in there. I didn't even hear it, but it's a 7 mark for the Lush. 2 trebles in there. So he finds all his trebles finally. Big visit puts him back in the lead. A Radar with a lot of wedges open. Only going to be able to use a single 20 there. So strategic decision time for Lush now. Anyone who says there's no strategy in cricket, take a look at this visit and tell me what you would do. Well, that's a pretty solid way to do it, in my opinion. Close the 20s, tack on 2 extra 15s for more points. It's a 46-point lead for Lush. But again, Radar with 2 wedges open. Oh, and he's right next door with that dart. So just 118, and Lush, with that big 7 mark, we said it was a close leg, said a big visit could swing it. Can he find another one here? Just 2 more 15s, so went for the 18s, pulled that first dart a bit. So Radar still with the 2 wedges to score on, but got to start using them. As Lush is locked into 15s. Just again, 118 from Radar. So Lush has not been able to close off all Radar's wedges, but he has been able to extend his point lead by hitting just a 2 mark every time. Wow, look at those darts. But a big third. Lush with a 9 mark there, the fake way. 2 treble 4s right on the wire. But then a nice treble 15 with that third dart. That's kind of an awkward positioned first dart for Radar, and that's why he's going to find the same wire hole that he found before, so it's again just a single 18. Now the lead has ballooned to 67 for Lush. And he's found the 18 wedge, and he's going to stay in there with all 3 darts. So now, big pressure on Radar to find something on the 16s here. A late charge from Lush with some very good darts.
Fuck, man.
And it's a miss from Radar. 2 darts into the treble 7 next door. And all of a sudden, it's Lush in control now. Lush finds another wire, and another. Moved over to the 15s on that third, so he did find 116 again. Radar still looking for that big visit to get himself back in the swing of it. And he's not finding it. 6 consecutive misses from Radar. DJ McHugh saying oof. God, so many wired darts in this leg by both players. Lush trying to find a way to navigate around that blocker. He does. Nice dart there from the Lush. Closes up the 16s, and he will take the advantage now to the bowl with that charge on that 15 wedge, stealing this leg. Really taking pretty solid control of it at this point, as Radar does tuck in a bowl. No, he doesn't. It's actually a miss there with that third. Again, darts on the wire. Lush is back on the wire. Both players just all around their target. It's ridiculous, really. As Lush groups all those darts super nicely. Fortunate to find 2 into the 15. All right outside the bowl.
This is gross.
And Radar has now missed 12. Ball 12. Consecutive darts. Lush needs a bullseye. Not going to find it. He'll just take the 1 bowl. The Radar not able to get anything going now.
Still nothing.
And another miss. We have just seen the MPR take an entire plummet down from about 2.4 to 1.6. Lush needs 2 bowls. Ooh. He's all around it again and not going to find it either. So neither player wants to win this marathon first leg. HX Duck was very much correct with his prophecy earlier. There's at least a bull from Radar, so broke the nil streak. Lush needs one more, though. Not yet. We're going to keep playing this leg. Radar needs a slew of bulls. He's all around it again.
Jesus Christ, man.
And
it is
cannot
so
get in
fucking
there.
gross.
Again, just missing, just left, right. And then finally there it is from the Lush. Game shot and the leg to the Lush. Perhaps merciful for all parties involved. Takes it down. We almost got to 69 darts. We'll take 67. But it is a win for the Lush against the throw. And he's going to take the darts in this second leg of cricket. Game on. During that leg of cricket, Kilf won 2 more legs. So he's up 3-0 now. And going to be 2 20s to start from Lush. So Lush, I mentioned how close that leg was. How a big visit from either player could really sway it the way it was going. And it was that big 7 mark from the Lush in the 15s that turned the tide. Then 2 19s there from Radar. And then Radar, at the same time of Lush coming on hot, Radar got cold. 2 more 20s there from the Lush, so he'll grace the scoreboard first. And then another 2 from Radar, so consistent start for both, knocking in 2 darts apiece. This time, though, Lush is going to make a move. Aggressive play here from the Lush. He'll go down, hit a single 19, miss, and then pop up for a single 20, so consistently at that 2.0 mark.
Four.
Oh, finally someone finds something other than a 2 mark round. Radar with 4 19s. So he'll jump up in points. Lush pulled that dart dramatically, but stayed in the 20 wedge, threw it straight at least, and then pushed that one above. So a little bit of a spread there from Lush. But fortunate that the first dart did hit the thinnest part of that 20 wedge. It's pretty impressive, actually.
101.
Radar with another 1-on-1. So this time it's 120, 119 for him. So both players kind of sticking and moving like some boxers in the early round. A lot of jabs, a lot of ducking and weaving. There's a nice 320 visit there from Lush. And it was Lush in that first leg again. Doing a lot of jabs and then the big haymaker. What are we going to find out in this one? Single 19 from Radar, so he'll pop back on top. There's a big dart. And it's going to be 5 20s for the Lush. There's a 5 mark round. Finally, a 5 mark round. And big points on the board. Radar's in that 7 wedge again. He'll find 5 7s with another dart on the wire. Literally touching the wire of the treble next door. And Lush moving to the 19s to close. He will with a flourish. A unneeded treble for the Lush there. HX Duck mercifully only 1 more cricket leg left. This is the last one. Scootum Gooch on the board now, up there in that contest. There's 3 18s from Radar. The chat already predicting a Rage Radar appearance. Lush going to follow Radar to the 18s. And I don't think that third dart got in there. It didn't, so it's just the 2. Radar will have perhaps 1 chance to score on the 18 wedge. He is going to chip into that lead a little bit with a single 18, but still advantage to the Lush. Perfect first dart to close. Goes right for the 17s. Why not? No, went back up to the 20s on the third, actually, and missed as well. So just the close, but it's a big close. And Radar has to open up a new wedge again. He's going to open it immediately.
God damn it.
And I think it's 6. Yeah, it is. 6 17s for Radar. Had the 9-mark sweat just like the Lush. Gets him back in the leg. But Lush keying in on the 17 wedge. 3 good darts from the Lush to shut it down right when maybe Radar was starting to get hot. But Radar did well to cut the lead down. Radar goes to start 16s, finds a single.
Hey, man, I'm fucking wired.
Lush going for 16s as well. They'll find one and pop up again for the 20. The 20 wedge coming in big here now that it's down to 16s and 15s.
Seven.
There's 7 16s though from Radar out of nowhere. Corrects the darts, gets them into the wedge instead of on the wire. And just like that, he jumps up, but Lush comes right back. Oh, he had a perfect laying treble with that first dart, but that's all he can find. But still enough to put him back in the lead, kind of erase that 7 mark. But it's a battle now here. That might be 4 from Radar this time. Oh, it's only 2. So enough to put the lead. He went for the hero dart there to try to shut off the 20s. Couldn't find it. Lush looking for more points. He's going to knock 2 20s in there. So back up by 26. And Radar just able to find a single with the 3rd this time. So still tight in points. What does Lush want to do? He is going to try to close. Oh, he elected not to stay and close, but he found a treble 20 with that 3rd. Huge punishing 3rd dart there from the Lush. I was kind of surprised. He elected to move, but it worked out. Found a treble, but it's still open for Radar. He can find 2 more. But that big treble 20 gives Lush that lead back, and there's the close now from Lush. And there's a close of 15's huge dart. And a bull as well. Great visit there from the Lush. A nice 5 mark at a crucial moment in the leg. Already with a bull on the board now. Radar is going to go after the bulls. Great start for him with 2 of them. But Lush just needs 2 of his own to take the leg. Was a nice, again, back and forth leg here. That's a great dart to finish with. Oh, but it deflects too far outside. Tough deflection. Was laying perfect. Thought for sure he would find it, but it's just the single. Radar not going to be able to put much pressure on here. There's a miss, and Lush again just needs 1. DJ had wanted the hat trick for Radar. Didn't get that. And there it is on that 3rd dart for the Lush. Game shot and the leg and a sweep of the cricket portion to the Lush. 2 little back and forth legs there. The first one kind of got away from Radar. The second one was, again, a good battle. But Lush was able to hold him off with some critical triple 20s down the stretch. Radar has the darts as we move to 501. Game on. And Radar going to start off with a 32 there. So if you see if he can find his way here in the 501 portion. Showed some flashes there. A lot of wired darts. Lush with a lot of wired darts. Tough deflections as well. So both players doing that. And there's a breakfast to start from the Lush. Single 5, single 20, single 1. And as we do here in the FODL, we ask you, the audience, an official breakfast question. And as is the new tradition that I've started for myself, I'm asking a darts-related question, an opinion-related question of you, viewing audience. There's a nice 81 from Lush. Looks like Michael Smith came from 4-1 down to take the second leg of the Winter Series. posing well for a late night Chargers, or late season Chargers, an 85 for Radar. So let me know in the chat, who is your pick to win the World Championships this year? Who is going to win at the end of the year? Give me your pick. That's your hot breakfast question, opinion-related darts question. That was a great sentence. There's a 59 from Lush. Let me know in the chat. Basically, the chat is consisting of HX Duck and DJ Mike Hughes and nobody else. There's a breakfast from Radar, so he wants to participate in the breakfast action as well. 443 there from the Lush. Couple darts again, very close. And the first answer is from DJ. It says too early to say. That's great. That's a nice answer. That'll promote discussion. There's a 9 from Radar. DeGrubs predicting Peter Wright. Ian White is a prediction from HX Duck if there's no fans. Let's bet there's going to be fans. There's a 45 for Lush. HX Duck also throwing out to Souza. Chatter09 says Price. CRC agrees despite his inner will. There's a nice 1-2-4 for Radar. Get him back in the leg. Nice recovery from the 9 that he had scored prior. A 53 there from Lush. Gonna go ahead and do the math in the Dart Connect. Radar looking to be the first to get on a finish. Well, 26, Christ. Another breakfast for him. He will get to a finish. If you missed the question was, who do you think is going to win the World Championships? Oof. Lush is going to find a 32 there. That is not a finish. Radar 155. And it's off. Nice 55, though, there for Radar, so he'll put himself on an even ton. Lush, obviously, on a bogey, cannot finish. But he does find 60 to put a little pressure on, but Radar first, 100. Tops. Oh, and it's just high for Radar. Had a chance for the 100 finish. Great second dart there to give himself a run. Now Lush 102. It's going to be off for the Lush. He'll be sitting on 48. Radar tops. He's going to find it on that second dart. Game shot and the leg to Radar. Bit of an up and down leg for both players. Lush maybe a little more consistent. Radar with some big scores, some not so great scores, but relatively tidy finishing there from Radar. Gets him on the board in this matchup. Now 1-2, heading over to the Lush to throw first. Game on. Mobu Cameo? Mobu Cameo? Mobu Cameo. He says, I'm reading this guy's name. He says Price. There's a 45. Lush checking on my well-being. I appreciate that. DeGrubs. Talking about Diamond White. Let's face it. Whether there's a crowd or not, Ian White has no chance to ever win a big tournament because he's softer than marshmallows. There's a 41 from Lush. Lucier C. His heart says Duzza. HX Duck predicting Michael Smith or Adrian Lewis for the heart. Head with the Gerwin Price for him. 63 from Radar. Duzza asks Smith Wright Price. Going to be one of those, says DJ. Okay, it's a pretty good selection. There's a 140. Big darts from the Lush with a 140. He heard the name Asp, or was it Duzza? Or was it Smith, or was it Wright, or was it Price? I don't know. One of those names inspired him with a big 140 there.
God,
Radar going to
damn it,
find
dude.
some more darts on the wire for a 21. All darts in the treble there. Treble 5 and 2 treble 1s, all right next door for Radar. Lush going to put in another breakfast. So, yeah, he was thinking of the breakfast, confirmed by that score. Dave Little Toaster, Michael Smith, people hating on Durant. Magic Pinball Wizard in the chat. There's 41 from Radar. Says, what's good? We're talking about who's going to win the World Championships. Just like to point out that there's been about, I don't know, 10 names thrown out there. None of them are Michael Van Gerwen. It's kind of interesting. It might be 64, or is it just 24? It is 64 from Lush. He did manage to sneak that second dart in the treble. Oh, yeah, it's in there. Speaking of in there, Radar with a great first dart.
95.
And a solid 95 for him, so decent job following it. Lush at 178. Going to try to get to a finish here. He will. 44. Puts him on the 134. Radar at 236. Needs a big treble. Oh, yeah, actually, good math there from Radar with the slip into the treble 7. Gave himself a run at the bull. Didn't find it, though. Lush 134. It's off. Good switch there from Lush, but was unable to find the treble 18, so 93 left for him. Radar's going to put some pressure on.
God damn it.
70 scored for Radar, so gets him to a middle tier finish. Lush, 93. Double 7. And it's well low. I don't even think that dart hit the board. But Lush hits the treble 20 to leave himself on double 7. Missed it low. Radar 115 is off.
Oh my God, get
He'll
in
find
there.
a 59 again. 2 darts on the wire for him. Lush, double 7.
Yeah.
It's going to split it 10 double 2. But cannot find the double 2. I don't mind the split there. Radar in 56.
Third dart.
And he finds it on the third dart. Game shot and the leg to Radar. Lushy against the Lush. Goes double 16. I couldn't tell if it was double or single. It's a double 16. Missed inside double 12. Finds double 6. So a lushy finish for Radar. And all of a sudden, we're all level at 2. Both players throwing well in 501. Radar's got the darts. Game on. Lush had a couple chances here. Had a chance for the big 102 finish, or was it a 93 finish there? Went for the split. There's a breakfast to start from Radar, so World Championship winner. That was your question. Radar, though, with so far very efficient finishing tonight. There's a nice ton, though, to start from the Lush. So great bounce back. And a nice answer to the start of 26 for Radar. Who's going to kiss the wire once again?
God damn it.
And
Do it
then
twice.
go into the treble 5. Look at those darts. That's about the best you can score a 40. Style points don't count in this game, though, as there's a 30 there from Lush. Magic Wizard Pinball predicting the big Welsh baby, Gerwin Price, to win. I think that... Is it a 76? Wow. The same hole
Yeah, of course it
again
is.
for Radar. Right next door. But he did find the treble 20 on the second dart. Lush is in the treble also. But he's got 2 darts in the same hole, too. There's a 138 for Lush. Literally, those darts are in the same exact hole. Big darts there from Lush. Radar's going to sneak another dart into the treble himself, though, for a 70. Good cleanup on that visit. But Lush with the 2 big ton-plus scores out front. And there's just a 23. I think he tried to over-adjust, try to go over the top on that second dart, and just let it fly a little bit. Radar is... dart is very close again. And it is an 85, so it was on the correct side of the wire this time. Oh, now Lush getting in on the wire party. It's just a wire fest. I mean, I don't know. Are the wires following me? Are they taunting me? Is that what's happening? There's a 54 from Lush. He's averaging 69. Nice. Both players have just had a lot of unfortunate visits throughout the match.
No, that's the fucking side you can't miss on.
And Radar with a 28 leaves a bogey. 156 for Lush. Not going to finish, but can set up very nicely here. Wow, nearly the ton 40 he wanted, but still a great ton from Lush. Throwing a nice leg of darts here.
God damn it.
Radar going to find a 38, so not too much pressure applied. Lush 56. Tops. And he's going to find it. Game shot and the leg to the Lush. So a nice break of throw with a 21 dart leg. 56 checkout seems to be the magic number here for both players there. Lush matching Radar's 56 with the 56 of his own. Little bit more traditional route there for the Lush. But a tidy 21 dart leg. And he's back on top 3-2 after that break of throw. Game on. I got distracted from the chat. Aspinall has a shot, and Lush with a 3. 3 scored. Radar is gonna find a 47, I think.
Wow.
Well, Lush was going for the very rarely seen 498 dart leg. Or I guess 499 dart leg. Wait, 500 dart leg. He was going to try to throw all ones down and then hit double one. But he slipped into the 20 there. I like the strategy, though. There's 57 from Radar. And it looks like with that slip into the 20, Lush has abandoned the 500 dart strategy. There's a nice ton. So just a nice increasing score there, 3 to 22 to 100 for Lush.
Well,
And Radar going to find himself a nice ton too. Non-traditional. Radar enjoying the non-traditional routes here. Looks like a 66, I think, for Lush. Might be 81. It is 66 there. So both players in those mid-300s. And 53 from Radar. Lush at 310. DeGrubs understanding why myself and Radar are siblings now. Yeah. It was 59 from Lush. It's in our blood. What can we do? HX Duck for 57. Or sorry, for 56. There's a nice recovery for looks like a 62 from Radar. He says he goes 7, 777, double 14 from 56. That's his route. There's a 41 from Lush. He'll be sitting just above 200. Radar's at 192, looking to get on a finish. Kilf, by the way, finished up the match against Scooter Goose with a big 6-1 win over Scooter there. So huge points for Kilf. As in a solid 60 put in there for Radar. Lush at 210. FO Dart League says, guess the brothers get everyone's best, huh? I'm not sure if that was an intentional dart at the bowl, but it went in there. And going to be 52 scored for Lush. He's on a finish. 132 for Radar.
Jesus Christ.
He's going to score what looks like a 30 there. Lush 158.
30. Okay.
Yeah, I hit the wrong button.
Nope.
Yeah, it's going to be off.
Wow.
It's going to be off. That's off. There's a 7. Radar 102. Radar is going to leave himself on a casual 60 finish. Going to give himself a chance at a bonus. Lush has a chance at a bonus 151. It's off.
Whoa.
That's going to be 22. That is not the best of leaves. Radar 60. Oh boy, that was close.
God damn you motherfucker. God damn you, you fucking asshole.
And it looks like, so he hit the wire to save him this time. Then found the 6 going for the 13 and then missed. So 3 big numbers missed from Radar. Didn't get to a finish. Lush not going to be able to steal with this 129, but a solid 59 will put a little bit more pressure on. See if Radar can clean up 39. Double 16.
Yeah.
That's in there?
Yeah.
Game shot and the leg to Radar. It's so bright right in that corner there. I literally couldn't see it, but he showed it to us. And the good finishing from Radar continues. All level at 3 in this one now. Radar with the darts again. Game on. DJ Mike Hughes commenting that was a very calm streaming of curse words from Radar. That looks like a ton, or is it just 60? It's just 60, by the way. He plucked them out of the board. And Lush going to kick it off with a 41. HX Duck wants to know how old the Gladiator 3 is on Radar side. It's pretty new, I think. There's a 57 there from Radar. I think it's only 3 or 4 months old.
If that.
Yeah, maybe not even. Lush is at it again. Oh, he saved himself from the 3 once more. Double deuce, though. Roadhouse for the Lush. Radar's at it again, too, hitting his favorite part of the board, treble 5, right next door. I think 95. He did manage to score 95, though, so unlike myself, Radar has been able to correct from those wired darts. There's another good grouping and only rewarded with the 60 for Lush. And both these players are just micrometers away from averaging closer to 60. Great salvage again from Radar, though. 66 scored there. The fun way. That's the way where you don't get mad. And another 60 put in from Lush. So both players certainly starting to settle in a bit here. Mid-50s average, nothing to slouch at here in the B division. And Radar's back in there again. A nice 140 for Radar. Had a 180 sweat at it. I wasn't sure if he'd switch. It was pretty blocked up there, but he went for the max, and I respect it. But big 140. Radar throwing a hell of a leg. 360s on the trot for Lush, so he's keeping him straight. But Radar's finding trebles, and he requires 83.
The 42 left now?
Yeah. So Radar's going to put himself on double 18 there. Coming back with a chance to steal the bonus point away from the Lush. Lush needing some big darts to get to a finish at all in this leg. 44, not quite going to do it. Radar 36.
First one.
And he's going to find it on that first dart. Game shot on the leg to Radar. A nice little 19 dart leg there for him. Very tidy again. Impressive finishing from Radar's side. It's 4-3. We could be going to another tied match. Lush with the darts. Game on. Beautiful leg from Radar. Scoring and finishing. I don't know 100% what Radar's finishing percentage is. There's an 87 from Lush. But, let's see. He's won 4 legs. I'm going to say he's 4 of 7 right now. So 50% or better for Radar would be my guess. There's a 46 from him to start off. There's another 7 there from the Lush. So Lush likes to go with the big scores and then the low scores to balance it out. I respect it. He keeps it unpredictable. And Radar going to do his favorite 66. He's hit that a few times too. And there's another ton from Lush. Great third dart there. So just as I was saying, goes 87.7 ton. And looks like Radar is just going to come back with 44 right above Treble 19 with his cover shot. And now it's Lush's turn to have a big leg, maybe. Ooh, I think it's right next door, so it looks like 85 it is. 3 out of 4 big visits there for the Lush. Radar coming in with, he might have gone Yo 11 right there. Oh no, it is actually a 28. Let's see if Lush can get to a finish. Well, he didn't want to get to a finish, apparently. He was going to leave himself on a bogey anyway. Found the 43. And Radar, going to do his favorite Crim impression. 48 scored for him, but Lush in control right now, and that is just a perfect dart. There's some good math from Lush. So a nice switch to the 19s there. 87 scored, and he'll be sitting there after 18 on a finish, looking to level up the match at 4. And it would be a proper leveling, dart don't lie style. There's a nice 84 from Radar. So still not in finishing position. Lush was 6 from 92. And I think he wanted the 12 there, slipped into the 14, so he left himself a finish. Perhaps not the one he wanted, but he is sitting on 38. Let's see if Radar can get some pressure put on. 59, so doable finish there for Radar, but Lush, 38. Splitting again for double 16. Double 8 now. Oh, right outside! The wiring continues. And now Radar looks at 126. Oh, he had a chance for the bullseye, but just snatched it away. And then Lush immediately busts right next door. Unfortunate first start for Lush as he finds double 11. So it's back to Radar now for 35. He's going to the Menser. Now back to double 7. And it's going to be a bust there from Radar. Missing that double 7. Lush double 8.
Third dart.
And he finds it on the third. Game shot and the leg to the Lush. And as it should be, it results in a draw 4-4. In this one, ladies and gentlemen, was a great little battle. Lots of back and forth. Each player showing some of the flashes of the peak of their ability. Each player showing some of the FODL B-ness of their ability as well. Just kind of a fun and interesting one to watch.
I showed you my FODL B-ness?
Well, I don't know. Is a 7 to FODL B-ness? Let's go over. I don't know what FODL B-ness is. All I know is how to lose in FODL B. That's all I know. We'll go over to the Lush first because he looks like he's ready to go. So Lush looks like it was, as I kind of said there, just kind of an interesting match. Some great darts, some not so great darts, some big moments, some not so great moments. Just talk about how you're feeling after that one's all said and done.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I guess this is the best time I've been on stream this season, but like I say, whenever I'm on stream, I'm not that entertaining to watch. I guess tonight was a little bit more exciting. Very hit or miss. My throw was like every now and then it felt really good. Playing Radar, I usually have a decent rhythm, but other times I would just catch myself and I'm not even being intentional with my fingers at all. The dart's just kind of sliding out. Maybe that's what happened. My FODL B slid out.
I mean, by the way.
But yeah, no, I don't know. But at the same time, my averages were really good, and Radar threw really well despite the frustration. Like, yeah, you're gonna hit wires, it's gonna piss you off, but like, we both, I feel like, played decently well, and his finishing was just off the charts. So I'm not mad with the 4-4 split.
Yeah, I mean, that was actually a really great summary of what happened. I want to talk about the cricket first, because you were way down in that first leg. Didn't look like you could really get settled in. And then all of a sudden, the 7 mark there on the 15 wedge, I believe it was, turned it around, and then you ran out really nicely in the second leg of cricket 2. I know cricket had been a struggle a bit coming in, just in terms of the matches or the legs won for you. Was that something important to you to get at least 1 on the board there, and even the better bonus of having 2 cricket legs on the board to start it off?
No, I hate cricket, but no, it's just, that's, I don't know, the way that I approach cricket is a lot like 501. So a lot of people disagree with me, but like, you know what I always say, if you have more points, you can't lose. And so that's the difference when I, win legs or lose legs, is if I can get ahead in the beginning. So tonight I was able to get a bigger wedge, and I was able to go back to the well repeatedly and make sure I still had that buffer and force my opponent, if I can hit triple 20s all day and get singles on the rest of the board, that works. Like, I'd rather do that and force my opponent to come up big on different wedges every time. But at the same time, just using that strategy, it means that even when, like when I got to the 15s in that first leg, I knew if I get a 7 or a 9, or, if I get a significant point lead, I can make up the difference. And again, I have this wedge open, and I can keep going back to it and keep that cushion. So, yeah, that's been the difference this season, is if I can get ahead early or not. So it felt good too. That first leg was brutal, and I apologize for it. I feel very bad.
Well, it got better as the match went on there. So you're making a nice little turn here, it seems, in the season. First couple weeks are rough. You get the nice benefit of playing the Yo Bros, which seems to boost the game of everybody. Going into week 4 now, you're going to be facing off against your good buddy Bud the Chud. He's also playing very well right now. What are you going to do to try to keep this going, keep these mid-50 averages plus going, and keep your season headed in the right direction?
I'm just getting more comfortable. Like I said, I'd like to tighten up my throw a little bit more here. But no, I'm just kind of getting settled in, because I think, playing here and playing in person, like both of those are kind of in the middle of the season right now. So I'm comfortable and playing at a good rate. And honestly, like the match that I played with Pepe, it was this quality, but Pepe just threw lights out. So, that's kind of, that's the question every week in FODL B, is your person going to show up, or is mid-50s enough? Because that's, that might not be enough even in B anymore. So we'll see how it goes. I love playing Bud. He was always one of my favorites the first few seasons. Glad to have him, back in B, and it's kind of become a little bit of a classic matchup. So definitely looking forward to it. Of course, that's the one I'd probably like to get streamed this year, now that I've been on 3 times. But yeah, we'll see. It should be fun either way.
Should be a good one, and shouldn't have any problem keeping a rhythm in that one. Lush, great job squaring it up at 4-4. Nice, fun, competitive match after all was said and done to watch after we got over that hurdle of the first leg. Haircut looks super fresh as well, by the way, so kudos to you for that. Good luck the rest of the season.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Radar, awesome finishing. Great game, man.
Now let's go to Radar. Can't give him the same hair compliment as he's looking like he's got a wet mop on his head. Radar, we heard a lot of the frustrations, but you were able to seemingly keep it together, so let's address that first. A lot of close starts, but when you were able to find it, you found it well, and as Lush alluded to there, the finishing on point. So how would you summarize the performance overall today?
I mean, the numbers in the end look okay, but I still feel like I didn't play very well, because I feel like it was either really good or really bad. So just no consistency, not a lot of big scoring. I had like 1 ton 40, but that might have, and then maybe like 2 95s or something, but I don't know if I had another ton. Maybe that ton 24 where I missed the 18. But I don't know. I've been fighting my throw all season, so to have some semblance of a decent average is nice, but I mean, it still doesn't feel like I'm remotely there. And then similar to what you dealt with last night, just having so many darts on the wire, especially that first leg of cricket, I mean, I don't know how many darts I hit right on the wire of the treble 4 or put like right here, which completely, sorry, point at the board, like right here, which completely blocks the treble 18 for me. So I, it's a 4-4 tie. But again, it feels like a loss because I feel like I let at least that first leg of cricket get away. And once again, FODL B is a complete mishmash, so that one leg will probably come back to haunt me once again.
Well, at least it was a tie. Something I haven't been able to do yet is tie a match. A lot of the close starts there, and you didn't have a lot of the huge scores again, as you mentioned, but you seemed to be in the treble a lot in the 70 and 80 range. You were able to make the nice adjustments, and we've seen in the past when you get frustrated, you've just lost it. What were you able to do to suppress that frustration to keep it going and stay locked in and continue to go without getting off the rails?
I was just trying to not get one way or another. Like, it was just frustrating. I actually felt like the Lush tonight because it's been very humid today. I haven't been running AC, and it's been raining, so I haven't had the windows open. So it's really muggy in here, so I'm sweating my balls off. So really just trying to keep an even keel and being a little bit exhausted, frankly. So emotions are just kind of down a little bit. I almost fell asleep during your intro because you were so enthusiastic coming in. So that kind of tempered me down a little bit too. But yeah, I mean, it's just, again, looking at the numbers, it looks great. But again, I had to double out at effectively 50%. That last leg, I missed 3 to make it 4 of 11 instead of 4 of 8. So I effectively had to double it 58% or 50% just to get there. That's obviously not sustainable. So I need to get the scoring back into something that's useful and stop scoring 66s and start turning those 85s into tons again. But, at least wasn't as bad as I've played so far, but another tie that feels like a loss.
Well, the finishing was on point, as we mentioned there, which, sometimes we see when you're having a hard time, or just in general, not you, but when anyone's having a hard time getting the scoring going, the finishing kind of seems to follow. But the opposite happened for you. Extremely tighty on the finishing there. Really only one visit that I can remember in that last leg where you didn't finish a second, time coming back to the board to do it. What was the mindset there? Was it any different, or were you just feeling good and just locked in and not thinking and throwing free and hitting doubles?
It was probably the complete opposite of, please just let this fucking go in. And I don't know, I guess it worked.
Well, we'll see if you can carry that mentality next week. You're facing off against Bar-Boy, one of your good buddies, IRL. First time ever playing him in darts, certainly in the FODL anyway. What are you looking forward to in that match against Bar-Boy?
He's gotten off to a rough start, but we saw what he can do in C. His scoring is really good, and his math is not, but I know he's been trying to work on that, so I'm going to have to get my stuff together to put it to him and really get on top somewhere so I can get a win instead of 4-4 ties and 3-5 losses. But yeah, it'll be a good one. That'll be a fun one. Maybe I'll have to get a haircut before then so I can challenge his suaveness, but we'll see. I don't really want to go out. It's hot. Having the hair this long sucks. It's awful. I don't know how people do it.
I am starting to kind of feel the same way as mine's getting longer as well. Great match, though, from both you gentlemen. 4-4 tie, but you both threw pretty well, so I think it's honestly deserved, really, from both of you. And good luck as you continue the very tight push the rest of FODL B.
Hey, thanks for casting. I don't know what I need to do to get my board right, because I have the same light ring as you. Maybe I need to
I'm sorry, that was that was a little mean. I had to put the right into the merch. You can read it yourself. Go to the website. Go to the website, check out the merch, guys. www.fodartleague.com/store. www.fodartleague.com/store. You have, today's Wednesday, you have 2 more days. That's it. To go order hoodies and long sleeves. 2 more days to order hoodies and long sleeves. 2 more days to order hoodies and long sleeves. That's it. Friday the 13th. That's it. They're gone. So if you want them, get them now. 2 more matches when we come back, ladies and gentlemen. The Criminal here on Dartsen and Twitch with the first online Dart League. That's the FODL. We'll be back. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here on Dartsen on Twitch on a Wednesday evening with the FODL. It's Thomas, aka the Criminal. Great little first battle there in our FODL B division. 4-4 tie, as the FODL B matches tend to go. Pretty good finishing, both from Lush and Radar, but we're moving on. But first, I'm going to tell you about the FODL Weekly Podcast. That's right, the FODL Weekly Podcast, found on Spotify, Anchor, Apple Music, anywhere your podcasts go. Hosted by Red Rascal and Pepe Le. They talk about top moments of the week, the fail of the week. Go over all the divisions, the standings, and their predictions. It's hot stuff. You can also participate in the FODL Weekly by sending an email to fodlweeklypodcast@gmail.com. fodlweeklypodcast@gmail.com. Shoot them an email and be in Maskell's rail bag whenever you want. Let's meet the players for the next matchup. See him there. It's a FODL A contest between DeGrubs and Dilly Dilly. 2 players who did not win when they made it to their championship appearance, to put it lightly. DeGrubs, Willowville, Ohio, last season 7th in FODL A, missing the playoffs, 18-gram target, Ricky Evans, darts, #duh. Dilly Dilly, 22-gram designer, Extreme 728s from Alexandria, Virginia, last season 5th in the FODL A. #Dilly Harem. Let's go to the standings. Take a look at the FODL A division right now. Kind of similar to FODL B. Pretty jumbled up, though. A little bit of separation there at the top. You see Dilly all the way down there at the bottom, but he has only played 2 matches this season, so he has a little bit of room to jump himself back up. DeGrubs, we saw, obviously, DeGrubs with a fantastic and historical win over King Raj, where he averaged 67. His next match, not as good. So he dropped a bit in the standings, fell off the pace from King Raj and Left Hand Hooligan. But he has beaten the Surgeon and King Raj this season, so something to say for that. But he's right there in that playoff picture for now. Dilly trying to pull himself out of the basement to give himself a chance to move up a bit. Let's go ahead and throw up now the schedule. I think this is a game week 3 technically. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is a game week 3 match, so let's throw up the schedule so far for FODL A. 7 mark is the mark to beat for the cricket throw. 4.67. 4.67. 4.67. Left-hand hooligan. Good luck beating that one. 16 dart leg. Also left-hand hooligan. Nooch throwing one of those as well, so that's also going to be tough. That must be 180 in the high throw. A lot of people tied for it, so it must be a max. And 76 checkout, so maybe we'll see a 9 mark. Maybe we'll see better than 16 dart leg. Maybe a big checkout. I don't think we'll be seeing better than a 180 or a 4.67 though. But we'll have to find out. Let's go to some statistics and take a look at what we could be looking at in this matchup. Dilly Dilly comes in number 1 in all of the FODL in cricket, 3.17. Despite that, has only won half of his legs because his opponents have thrown a 3.4. That's right, Dilly has a 3.17. That is the highest in the FODL. Dilly's opponents, 3.4. That's no fun. But look how low the miss percentage is, 25%. 25% also on the treble and bowl. 21% 5 marks, 4% 7 marks, 2% 9 marks. Huge numbers there for Dilly. DeGrubs, meanwhile, is down at 6 with a hair over a 2.5 average. He's missing quite a bit more, but also scoring the big wedges. So it could be some very competitive cricket here. Moving to 501, Again, it's Dilly on top in the math here on this one. 58.7 for him, good enough for 4th overall. DeGrubs at 7th at 55.5. Scoring pretty much identical, but Dilly hitting more ton pluses, so hitting a few more consistent scores, as well as a little bit more on the 140 side. But look at the legs won, because Dilly has faced a 66 average so far. That's right, he's faced a 3.4 and a 66. If you're wondering why Dilly's in last with better numbers, there's your answer. Let's go to the split view. I need to switch the split frame. I realized once I got over here to the FODL A side. Let me do that real quick for you. And we'll bring our player audio back into the mix. It looks like they have corked, and Dilly did win the cork. So players, you guys ready to get this FODL A contest underway?
Ready.
Ready.
All right, both of our players are ready to go. I know the chat is ready to go. 916, not too far behind. DeGrubs is on the left. Dilly Dilly is there on the right. Dilly has won the cork, so in the A Division 2 Cricket 7501, Dilly has the darts first. Game on.
You want the growth? You too.
I see King Raj has joined the chat. And Slappy Pappy in there as well.
Oh, sorry.
And speaking of joining, Dilly says, I'm going to join this match with a 7 mark. Had the white horse sweat. Treble 20, treble 19, single 18. I just look at the chat for 1 second. And DeGrub says, I can start hot too. He's going to just find 4 18s, but a nice treble first start for him. So both players, perfect first starts. Maybe they'll play a really good match, and I won't have to put King Raj as the match of the week again. We'll find out. 2 18s there from Dilly to close, and a single 20 to put points on the board. So just like that, 3 wedges closed from Dilly Dilly. Well, DeGrubs is right back at it. There's a 7 from DeGrubs. 7 17s for him. He's got a 5.5 MPR. Dilly's got a 5.0. This start is electric.
220s.
As 220s from Dilly, not enough to give him the lead, but 2 wedges closed. We'll see how DeGrubs wants to handle this. Bit of a tricky situation here. Well, that's one way to handle it. He finds treble 20 and says, no more points there. Went for the treble 19 hero, didn't find it, so tacked on an extra 17. And now Dilly's back in the treble again. He went for some maybe heroic darts as well. 5 mark from Dilly, treble 19, 2 17s. Bar-Boy says, can't wait to follow this. Yeah, you're not kidding. See if DeGrubs, he's going for heroes as well. And he finds the hero. So DeGrubs, confirmed hero. Dilly, fraud. DeGrubs shuts down the 19s, get the 18s, 3-point lead for him. Dilly's going to try to close off the 17s here. He will. And then closes 16s again with the 3rd dart in the treble. Each player finding trebles just like they're candy on Halloween. Let's see if DeGrubs, he's going to go for 15s here. He's going to find 3 15s, so he'll open up a wedge himself. We could be starting a late point battle in this one with both players over the 4.0 mark. Oh, Dilly says, forget the points battle. I am a hero.
Damn.
He goes 16, and then he hits the hero dart with the treble 15 to close off DeGrubs. Went back for 16s on the 3rd, didn't find it, so it's a 13-point lead for Dilly. DeGrubs going to go right for the bull now. Holy hell, says Slappy. Yeah, that's correct. Single bull to start for DeGrubs. Dilly needs 3 bulls. Oh, he could do it.
Yeah.
And he'll do it with bullseye! Bullseye to take it down. 4 bulls from Dilly Dilly. What a way to finish the leg. He's going to take a 4.3 and not have a bonus point. Bullseye, bullseye finish for Dilly. Incredible leg of cricket there. Holy smokes. Wow. We're going to play another leg of cricket, guys. Who's excited? Where's HX Duck now? DeGrubs has the darts. Game on. HX Duck wanted to see the last bull. He wanted to see Dilly get a 6th bull. Didn't find it. Didn't throw it. He's going to leave us all in mystery. He's going to leave it with the 2 perfect darts.
Did you hit enter?
Dilly needs to, I think, send it over to
I
DeGrubs here.
did. Did it not go? We had this problem last time.
Okay, you're on the next leg.
Yeah, I'm on here. I'll try it again.
No, it's my end then.
It happened the last time, last week. The person ended up having to do it as well.
Well, we had all that momentum going.
It'll kick back up.
There it goes.
But still an incredible leg. Do I need to play the elevator music? Oh, I don't. They're too fast for me. DeGrubs has the darts. Game on. Your dad's GF says that homeless guy can throw some darts. HX Duck is still mad that the last bull wasn't thrown. And it's just going to be a single 20 to start from DeGrubs this time. Pitts 2 says game on. Bar-Boy just says Dilly. That's enough.
320.
Yeah, it's 320s. It actually shows as a 4.4 MPR, so I think Dilly just threw the 3rd highest cricket leg we've ever seen and didn't get a bonus. That's funny to me. There's a miss from DeGrubs, so he's going to start off cold. Perhaps slightly shooketh by the start of Dilly.
49s.
Yeah, he's going to come out not quite as hot, but Dilly with a 3 mark to keep it going. And kind of just like last leg, all of a sudden, Dilly's up by 3. I mean, that was a great battle by DeGrubs. For Dilly to start out nearly white horsing, and for DeGrubs to battle back, was pretty impressive. But Dilly just absolutely slammed the door shut. There's a treble 18, but only that from DeGrubs. Slappy Pappy says, looks like they're going to have to replay that leg.
318s.
There's 3 18s from Dilly, so he's keeping it consistent. 3 fatties with each visit so far. Well, those starts fell out, but they were both in the treble too, so no harm, no foul for DeGrubs, just a single 17. Oh, that is harm and foul for Dilly, as it looked like, I couldn't see who it was, fell out of the board. Only 2 17s for him, was tracking for the middle of that wedge to keep the 3-mark streak going. Sorry, Congra, not all circles in this one. But there's a big 5-mark to punish from DeGrubs, so Dilly has a dart fall on the floor. He comes back with another 3 20s, though, so jumps right back on top. I think it was Okayu that fell out.
Correct.
I actually saw which one fell out. I just couldn't remember the name. There's 3 17s from DeGrubs, so he'll say double my score. Put me at 102. And Dilly's going to double his score in 1 dart. Went for a big treble 16, didn't find it, but it's another 5-mark round from Dilly. Treble 20, 17 to close, single 16 to get started. DeGrubs started on a 16, changed his mind, went over to the 15s for 2. Dilly right in there closing up 16s and a single 15 to start. So just been steady darts from Dilly. DeGrubs with the couple early slips has been the difference in the second leg. But again, trying to mount a late charge. There's 4 15s, so that'll help a bit. But still, Dilly with a lot of extra wedges closed, including that 20 wedge.
220s.
He's going to tack on 2 20s, so enough to jump back in the lead. DeGrubs has his FODL stickers on the 15 and the 9. I wonder if there's any significance to those numbers. Oh, and that one hurts for DeGrubs. So that dart does fall out. Only 2 15s. I think DeGrub answers the significance, but I was talking over him. I apologize. As Dilly cannot close off the 15, missing with that third. So just the 20 and the 15. It did take the point lead back. DeGrub's going to be disappointed to only find 3 there. And Dilly's back in the 20s. He's going to stay there and hit 3 of his own. So again, jumping back on top. It's an advantage here for Dilly in this point battle. Every 320 worth 4 15s from DeGrubs. DeGrubs says, well, how many 20s does it take to get 7 15s? There's a 7 mark. He says, go ahead, Dilly. Keep hitting your 20s. Dilly says, all right. No problem.
Wow.
No, maybe now problem. Maybe blocking problem.
Oh.
And he can't close again. So Dilly, with 2 chances to close that 15, can't do it. It's only 4 20s for Dilly. I would think DeGrubs might make a move. But yeah, after not finding it with that first start, goes back to the safety of the 15s, but he can only find 1 this time. That's another good dart from Dilly. There's an unneeded flourish. Went for the bull with the last, but treble 20, treble 15 to close it up. Extends the point lead again, and once more DeGrubs faced to the center. Slinger's advice finally followed with the close from Dilly. And DeGrubs going to start it off well on the bull with 2 of them. And Dilly does it again! Bullseye! And a single bull to take it down! Game shot and the leg to Dilly Dilly! Is there a magnet behind the bull? Incredible. A 3.2, just pedestrian for Dilly. And he fends off DeGrubs with a sweep there of cricket. I was thinking he might just go bullseye, bullseye again. And I would have really made him throw the 3rd one that time if it happened. Incredible.
Sent it over, but it might not be shown to DeGrubs.
Incredible cricket there from Dilly Dilly as he takes a 2-0 advantage. And he has the advantage of throw as well. So once we get Dart Connect situated, he will have the darts for 501. Game on. Pearson says 4 shots, 7 bowls. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Game on for Dilly.
All right, got it.
Kilf, by the way, also having a game on of it. He's up 4-1 over Unholy Cannoli, so Kilf is going to be making a move in the FODL C division. 6-1 earlier. There's a 60 to start from Dilly. 6-1 earlier for Kilf over Scooter Magooch. Now 4-1 over Cannoli, so he could potentially be looking at 12 leg wins. And a nice 60 to start from DeGrubs. HX Duck says the best thing about good cricket is that it's over quicker. Ario27 with just hurtful comments in the chat. There's a 36. He says if there's a magnet in the board, I'd be able to hit it. Oh. Nice starts from the Grubs. There's a good ton. So he capitalizes on that slip up from Dilly, but just like that, Dilly right back in the treble himself. He'll find 85. This time it was, I think it was Caroni denying him at the time. That looks like a nice 99 there from DeGrubs. So he's off to a great start here for 501.
Max.
There's a 180 from Dilly Dilly, as if we wouldn't have a maximum in this contest. Dilly with a 180. DeGrubs trying to answer. 81 for him. So he does answer. He's on a finish as well. Both players on a finish after 12. Dilly 140. Got to be careful with the 3rd dart. Great setup from Dilly. A ton to put him on tops. DeGrubs 161. $81 for DeGrubs, so he'll put pressure on Dilly, who's looking for tops. Great marker there. 2 of them. Wow! All 3 sitting on top of that wire. Unbelievable. DeGrubs can steal. He's punching the board. DeGrubs for 80. 1 dart. Oh, and it's just outside for DeGrubs. He also kisses the wire. Dilly snatches his first dart there. Now double 16. Oh boy, not close. So he'll be left after 6 missed darts on 16 DeGrubs for tops. And DeGrubs will find it on the third. Game shot on the leg. 2 DeGrubs. Tops he wants. Tops he gets. Dilly misses 6 darts. And DeGrubs says, I only need 21 to finish the leg off. He takes it on a breakup throw. And it'll be back over to DeGrubs to throw first. Game on. Slappy Pappy said sex in there. And your dad's girlfriend said, I'm gonna take a drink every time you say that. And Slappy says, I hope you ate a big dinner the way these guys are playing. There's 85, I think, to start from DeGrubs. Actually,
Yeah, you're right.
yeah, 85. Yeah, he did the same thing I do once in a while. That's an 85er. He'll fix that score. There's a 55 to start from Dilly. Slappy says, crazy that a 21 darter is a huge steal. Dave Little Toaster liking Dilly's average after the first leg, which is 69. Nice. All right, DeGrubs fixes his score and back to the throwing action. Just a 45 this time for DeGrubs. We'll see if Dilly can keep it going. Only 30 for Dilly there, so perhaps it's Dilly's turn to be slightly rattled by the missed darts at double. Had a chance to go for a 16 darter there. Ends up losing the leg with the throw. Pretty incredible darts from DeGrubs, who only can find a 45 again. HX Duck says that was the 180 curse. That's right, I forgot about that. There's a nice ton to get back on track for Dilly. That's right, Dilly had the darts and threw a max. And lost the leg. That's hard to do. Good 60 from DeGrubs. And a 60 right back on track for Dilly, so it's looking like another very competitive leg here. And why wouldn't it be the way these guys are throwing? Great math from DeGrubs to set himself up for the fish. Could we see that tonight? It would be a treat.
Breakfast.
And there's a breakfast. We'll get to it next leg. DeGrubs 170. And it's off.
Wasn't even close.
Was not close. There's just a 45 from DeGrubs. Dilly at 230. He's going to get himself to a finish. 85 for him, so he'll be sitting on the 145, but first DeGrubs 125.
83.
Oh, 83. Oh boy, that's not the best dart there from DeGrubs. He'll leave himself on 79, which was an interesting third dart as well. Dilly 147, it's off for him.
47.
And looks like 47 scored for Dilly to put himself on an even 100. DeGrubs 79. Tops. Oh, catches the flight of that dart and comes into the single. Dilly 100. I think he made a run for tops, didn't find it. He'll only score 40 there. DeGrubs looking for the rascal. Rascal says no, and so does double 7. So DeGrub's just going to bust it back to Dilly for 60.
Second dart.
This time he does find tops to return the favor. Tops he wants. Tops he gets. Game shot in the leg to Dilly. Dilly had been struggling a bit at tops there, but this time he breaks right back. It was DeGrubs who was out in front in that leg, and Dilly now up 3-1 with the darts. Game on. Doughboy is sick in the chat. Says, hey, boys. Hey, Doughboy.
55.
55 to start for Dilly for the third leg in a row. Nice throw, Dilly, says Doughboy.
Thanks.
David Little Toaster said his chat's so far ahead. Try refreshing. Maybe that'll help. There's an 85 from DeGrubs. Well, you know, the good thing about this match is it woke me up a little bit. Or maybe it's just because now I've been awake for 3 hours. So it's kind of like mid-afternoon for me. There's a 60 for Dilly. And back-to-back 85s. DeGrubs' first 9 is going to be quite impressive if he keeps this going. Dilly's going to be up there as well with another nice ton from him. Don't even get excited about a ton anymore. I just expect it from both players. Finding trebles with nearly every visit, it seems. 57 there from DeGrubs. That's a nice little booth jinx to put on him at that time. $41.
You ask a breakfast question?
Oh, you know, that's a great reminder. Thank you, Dilly. We did have a breakfast from Dilly in that first leg. So as we do here in the FODL, we always ask the viewing audience an official breakfast question. There's 77 from DeGrubs. And, you know, we've been asking opinion-related questions.
Oh.
There is a 66 from Dilly. I want to know, what is your favorite checkout? Let me know in the chat your favorite checkout. Can be a big high combination finish like a 170. Can just be your favorite double. Whatever you want it to be. I want to know your favorite checkout. There's a nice recovery from DeGrubs after the one first start. 118 for him. So let me know in the chat your favorite checkout. That is your official breakfast question. Good switch from Dilly to leave himself on Shanghai 20s. DeGrubs says 79. Double 11. Pop, he's gonna find it. Game shot. And the leg to DeGrubs. A 79 finish for a 17 dart leg. Very, very tidy from DeGrubs. Looks like he took out 297 in 5 darts. That's not bad. And it's a game leg win for DeGrubs. It's now 3-2 in favor of Dilly, though DeGrubs with the darts. Game on. And a beautiful 135 start for DeGrubs to keep it going. Maybe he just needs to play on cast to throw good darts. Maybe that's the problem with that other match he had. We just won't talk about that other little guy. There's an 81 from Dilly. A couple answers to the breakfast question come in. David Little Toaster says his favorite double is anyone he hits. Fireman says 32. Bar-Boy 102, because that's his highest checkout that he hit for that bonus point. Just a 40 for DeGrubs. Pearsode says a ton finish with a 20, double 20, double 20. So double ton for the jig. There's a 60 for Dilly. HX Duck loves 130, where the single dart is a double 13. Oh, okay. I was like, what? There is a 41 from DeGrubs. No, he loves 130 as a finish. His favorite single dart finish is double 13. There's a 60. Your dad's girlfriend, don't know what that is. I hate this breakfast question. All right, your dad's girlfriend, I'll ask a special breakfast just for you. If Dilly was going to make you breakfast, what breakfast would you want him to make you? Since I know you're a Dilly fan. There's a 49. What breakfast would you want Dilly to personally make and serve to you? That's a question only for your dad's girlfriend. Nobody else can answer it. There's an 84. Good darts again and a steady start for Dilly. DeGrubs trailed off a bit after the big start. Slinger losing his bonus there. Yeah, 79 is higher than 76, Slinger. Sorry about it. DeGrubs maybe dropped something. It's back to him, though. He's back on the board. He'll find another 41 there. Dave Little Toaster, his favorite is a 65 with a single bowl double 20 finish.
85.
And Dilly with another steady 85 score, just plodding along here. Everything been in the 60s and 80s so far, but he's on 131 after 15. And it's DeGrubs sitting on 195, trying to set himself up. Well, 45 gets him to a finish. Oh, it's a dog. That's what it is. And Dilly, 131.
Good job.
And it's off. It's definitely off.
No.
Wow, Dilly confirmed hates dogs. There's a 9. 150 for DeGrubs. Will he go bullseye, bullseye, bullseye? The answer is no. But that was a great first start. Oh, he had a chance. It was on. And that is doing math now is DeGrubs. 54, 57, 19. Ton 30 scored. So beautiful setup from DeGrubs to leave 20. It's off for Dilly on the 1-2-2. He scores a 51. DeGrubs looking for the rascal. Double 5. Oh, he goes inside double 5. So the perfect setup cannot result in a finish yet for DeGrubs. Dilly 71. So Dilly just busted. DeGrubs requires 5.
That was an accident.
Double 2. MADhouse. Oh, outside the MADhouse for DeGrubs. Dilly's going to try 71 again. And he finishes it with a bullseye! Game shot in the leg to Dilly Dilly. He says, I'll do it however I want to. Single 2, 19, bullseye to take it down. A 71 finish for Dilly Dilly. And he jumps right back on top with the steal of that leg from DeGrubs. 4-2 now in favor of Dilly. And Dilly will have the darts. Game on.
Who has the darts? What's going on?
It's your throw.
Can you send over? Yeah, this thing sucks.
It's annoying.
It sucks, dude.
Let's see. Some more answers to the breakfast question in here. Chatter09 says double 8. Your dad's milk wants condensed milk fed to her with eggs and bacon and toast. Ooh woo. That's the answer. There's a 95 from Dilly. There you go, your dad's girlfriend. Oh, he says, oh, Dilly hates dogs. He can keep the breakfast. Here's a 45 from DeGrubs.
What am I making your dad's girlfriend?
You're going to be feeding her condensed milk, eggs, bacon, and toast. Ooh woo.
That sounds about right.
Dilly, thinking about the condensed milk, throws a 66. HX Duck, 51. Tops from 131 is his favorite. David Toaster, is 19 the preferred route on 150? Oh, it depends, in my opinion. There's a 45. 19's nice because you can go 19, double 18. So you don't have to change targets. In my opinion, if your opponent is down into threatening for a finish, you should start on the 20 so that you can throw a nice 60 if needed to leave 90.
Enter for the grubs?
45.
Oh.
Was DeGrub's score. There's a 66 from Dilly. I'm answering breakfast questions. The match is going to hell. So, yeah, it kind of depends. If you're well out in front or your opponent's not on a threatening finish, I'd say there's no problem going the 19s. If you do go the 19s, you could consider potentially going bull on the third dart to get yourself under 90, because that 90 tier is a nice bullseye shot attempt. There's a 60 from DeGrubs. But yeah, if your opponent's on a finish, I would recommend going 20s to start. That way you don't have to shoot at the bull. 59 from Dilly. Elisard says 64 is their favorite checkout, and the one they have the most success with the 16, the 8, the 20s, and the 12s.
Come on.
45. Your dad's girlfriend saying Dilly just busted earlier. A lot of sex there, a lot of bulls going on. There's a 78 from Dilly. Puts him on a bogue. He was screwed anyway there. Chatter9 says, why not? Been nailing the bullseye all night. Wowie, wowie, says Fireman. There's a 66 from DeGrubs. Dilly on 162. DeGrubs says she got to pay a FODL premium to see this. Slappy says you better be drinking. A lot of action in the chat. Meanwhile, great match still going on. A lot of chat to catch up on there. 10:05 from Dilly. Nice third dart for him to put him on an easy 2-dart combo. DeGrubs with another 60, so he has yet to find a treble in this visit. Steady scoring, though. And with that, Dilly needs 2 darts at tops. Now the Rascal. Rascal says no, not yet. But DeGrubs is not on a finish, so Dilly will return. See how much pressure he'll be under. Another 60 from DeGrubs, getting a little crim treatment. Dilly, the Rascal. Good marker. Wow. Somehow came inside the marker and did not find it. So it's 0 scored. DeGrubs can steal his own leg with the Shanghai, and it's off. It's a score of 41. DeGrubs hates going 19 from 99. It's very interesting. And Dilly finds the Rascal. Game shot and the leg to Dilly Dilly. Rascal says yes. Another tidy leg, and Dilly secures a victory. He says, I want a match. I want a match. Someone in this house want a match this season. Dilly goes up 5-2. We still got 2 more legs to play, though. DeGrubs has the darts in this one. Game on. So DeGrubs trying to bounce back after a little bit of a off leg for him. And 21 to start. Have a drink of your adult beverage if you are, of course, of legal drinking age. 60 there from Dilly. Repat says his favorite is the one of much debate, which is the 104. Going 4 16s and then tops, the optimal route. Nice ton there from DeGrubs. Yeah, HX Ducks brings up that 104 is a fun one because you can pretty much hit 4 of any number and get to like a finish. It's kind of cool. There's a nice ton from Dilly. Like 420s gets you to a good finish. 419s doesn't really get you to a great finish, but it is a finish. 43 there from DeGrubs. Your dad's girlfriend says she had a dartboard in the basement but kept making holes in the wall. There's a ton 40 for Dilly Dilly. Every time I look away, I just need to keep paying attention to the game. Huge darts from Dilly on his side, taking advantage of another sluggish little slew here from DeGrubs. He only finds a 41. Dilly looking to get on a finish after 12 again. And 60 will do it. He's thrown all 12 darts straight so far, and he's sitting on the 9-dart finish of 141. DeGrubs needs minimum of 2 trebles. So he cannot get to a finish. And again, just another 45. A couple close misses there. Dilly 141. It's off. And a 57 there from Dilly. So setting up the number he wants, which is 84. Will he be under any pressure? Wow, 60 on the floor for DeGrubs, a brutal deflection. Dilly 84. He is going to manage to set himself up for tops. He went for the bullseye finish because why not? DeGrubs back on 211 after that just brutal deflection. That's just 22 double deuce. So Dilly with a lot of darts for 40. going to need them. He's going to slop a bit there on tops and leave himself on 32 now. DeGrubs going to fix his score. He scored a 22, not a 21. Your dad's girlfriend says, there's some holes in this house, or whatever Cardi B said. Canoli, by the way, made a nice comeback against Kilf to get it to a 4-3 loss. And Canoli took the last 2 legs in that one. 45 from DeGrubs, so he did get himself to a finish here, but first Dilly, 32. He's going to find it on that first dart. Game shot and the leg to Dilly Dilly. Another 25 darter, another tidy leg from Dilly, and he's now up 6-2 in this one. One more leg to go. It will be DeGrubs.
Sorry, DeGrubs, you got to do
With
it
the
again.
darts. In it. Is that right? Oh, no, it's Dilly with the darts. Okay, game on. Yeah, I did Dilly with the darts. I was like, wait a minute. Dilly won the cork. Yeah, Dilly with the darts. Up 6-2. Great darts all night from Dilly Dilly. 55. Just really just been extremely steady. Has avoided the poor visits. Has avoided any lulls in his game. And has just basically consistently scored. There's a nice 60 to start from DeGrubs. DeGrubs was off to a very cracking start. Last 2 legs, a little bit of a dip.
41.
And that's been enough for Dilly to take advantage. There's a 41 there for Dilly. Now, tough third for DeGrubs, so just 65. And a 66. Dilly says, I can do one better than you. Ario27 says the power just went out and he was charging his phone and working on the computer. And it went off and on 4 times. Going to put his surge protectors to the test. There's another breakfast from DeGrubs. So if you didn't answer your favorite checkout, is the breakfast question.
Wow, 28.
28. Elsard saying, anyone else can't see the entire screen after the latest Twitch update? I am not having that issue. What are you seeing? Like, what is it cutting off? There's a 60 from DeGrubs. Is the chat like overlaying part of the screen? There's a button you can push to change that. If you're watching on mobile, at least. I'm not sure how you're watching. There's an 85 for Dilly. Nice ton from DeGrubs. Gets him back in the leg again. But Dilly has a chance to be the first to a finish.
Damn.
Yeah, 45 he will not be. So it's now up to DeGrubs. See how good the setup game is. 45 there for DeGrubs. So he'll be on a finish first. But could be under a bit of fire here depending on this throw from Dilly. It's only a 60, but still 1-2-1, very doable. 1-4-5 doable for DeGrubs too. And it's off. Wow, I just cannot find that treble right now. This 41 scored, Dilly 121, it's on. Oh, and the bullseye does not go for Dilly this time. He goes high. He did manage to hit the 20 slice, so he's left himself on a double. DeGrubs 104. Wow, all that debate about how to go about that, and that's the way DeGrubs went. 30 for Dilly. He's going to find it on that second dart. Game shot, the leg, and the match to Dilly Dilly, finding that double 15 and taking a huge 7-2 win in this one. Very impressive match from Dilly Dilly. DeGrubs threw well also, but just was not really afforded many opportunities from Dilly Dilly there. And we're going to go over to some post-game interviews. Could be some interesting interviews. We'll have to see. We're going to start it out with DeGrubs. So DeGrubs, kind of an interesting match. Obviously, Dilly just came out completely on fire. Though you also started well in cricket, but he was just absolutely insane in cricket. Moving to 501, it looked like we were going to see another Raj-esque performance from you, and then the last couple legs seemed to lose it. How would you summarize your performance tonight?
I got pissed off. It took me, I didn't get 20 in 6 starts, and really didn't throw shit after that. I got to work on that, work on letting it go.
Well, if I ever figure out a way to suppress frustration, I'll certainly let you know. Yeah, I mean, it also seemed that Dilly Dilly just was not really giving a lot of chances to you. Did that constant pressure that he was putting you under, did that add any fuel to the fire at all, or is it just personally on your side just kind of lost the focus a bit and was not able to recover?
I was matching that. It's when I get pissed off on myself that I fall down. And, you know, I took 2 legs off. And the third, I really didn't. The last leg, I really didn't very shit either. So.
And that's how it can go in the A division, just like that. Things can turn on ahead. I mean, still a nice bounce back week from you after the previous match, not the one casted, but your other match. Next week, you're going to be facing off against Lasercat. Lasercat's had a rough start to his season. What do you need to do in that match against Laser?
Well, I need leg wins. The rest of the way through, I need leg ones to get out of the relegation zone. I mean, I've taken 5 legs out of 18 right now, last 2 matches. So, dug myself a hole again, so I got to dig myself out.
Well, if you got to dig yourself out and you're in FODL A, playing Lasercat is probably the easiest way to get started. DeGrubs, still some great darts from... I'm just talking smack from the safety of my house here as I can't win in FODL B. DeGrubs, still good darts from you. Obviously, a little bit of a drop off in the last couple legs, but something to build off of, I'm sure. Still, good luck the rest of the season for you.
Yeah. Great cast, great match, Mel.
And we'll go over now to Dilly Dilly. I got to let you know first that your dad's girlfriend, she said Dilly's beard made me flinch. So you have that going for you. Dilly, you just came out absolutely on fire in cricket. Just talk to me about what it was like being in that zone, and was that something that you had been working on?
Yeah, so coming into this match, the warm-ups, I was feeling a little bit nervous. Darts were hit or miss as I was warming up, and so it was only towards the tail end of my warm-up, right before that match started, I started to really center into my throw. Yeah, that first throw, this one it wasn't a 9, but I was shocked myself that I was hitting the trebles like I was. But they felt good, and it felt like how I should normally be throwing. So that was just really nice. I know I could do it, and I did. DeGrubs, I mean, he answered back immediately and pushed me the entire way, and I just had to be focused the entire match.
Yeah, and it seemed you were able to maintain that focus. Really not a bad leg. I think that's something we've seen before from you, is you kind of have that drop off at some point where, okay, you're playing great, maybe get a little shook, maybe just get a little frustrated, maybe something else happens, but there's that drop. We didn't see that tonight. So what was different? Was it just the level of focus? Was it the comfort you were feeling with the darts? Was something different to cause the lack of a lull from you?
I guess a combination of all of it. Yeah. I mean, my worst leg was a 55.7. I mean, I guess that's pretty good. You know, I came off of a loss against Raj when I was up, I was up 4-2 or something like that. That was devastating. And then I lost to Left-Hand Hooligan pretty, just righteously. And so I was coming into this match frustrated. I came in, I'm like, I want to win. I know I can win and I want to win. And I knew I was like, if I'm going to win, I need to beat DeGrubs too, who can play fantastic. And I need to push these good players, and I need to earn legs off these good players. So that focus of just I need it, and that kept me focused the entire way. I didn't, like with Raj, when I was up, like he probably said, I probably in my mind was like, oh, I'm gonna win, that's fine. And then that got to me, and I started throwing a little off. This time I didn't let that happen. I just said, no, I'm just gonna keep going.
Well, putting FODL A on notice. Everybody, Dilly Dilly cares. Apparently, he actually cares. Next week, you're going to face off against the author. Decent chance to keep it going based on the numbers so far this season. What are you looking forward to in that matchup?
It should be fun. Author, he has a tendency to play very well against me. Every time that I've faced him, he has played incredibly well. I know last night he kind of got dominated there by the Nooch. Hoping I can do the same, but I feel like the author will be in a state of mind where he will want to destroy somebody, and instead of destroying his hand. So I'm like, I got to do something to play against it. So no, it's going to be an exciting match. Author's always fun to play.
Well, it should be a great one, a great win for you in this one here, Dilly Dilly. A couple more things in the chat I have to tell you. Lucy RC says, it looks like you're about to publish a manifesto. Empire 3 says, it looks like you're about to you just finished a walk across America to raise awareness for all things anime as well. So
yeah, it probably looked that bad.
It's a look. It's a look. DeGrubs and Dilly, great match from you guys both, and good luck the rest of the way.
Appreciate it. Rascal, I'm coming for you tomorrow.
I am so happy I got to cut off Dilly. I was hoping he was going to say something else so I could just go right to the merch. Guys, you've already heard it, but I have to tell you again. You have only 2 more days to go order long sleeve shirts and hoodies. It is a limited time release, a limited time run here from the FODL store. Head over to the website. You can upgrade any of our designs to a hoodie or to a long sleeve shirt. Friday is the deadline. So you only have 2 more days. Head over, grab yourself a hoodie, bundle up under the tree or next to whatever holiday ornament you have in your house, and give us money. 1 more match to go when we come back. FODL B contest. Do not go anywhere. Dartsign on Twitch. Well, I botched that transition. Welcome back to the FODL. I already talked about the podcast. I meant to play an entirely different transition, but I forgot to turn off the layers on top of it. So I played the podcast one again. Oh well, go check out the podcast if you didn't. Right into it as well. FODLweeklypodcast@gmail.com. That's all I'm going to say about that. Let's meet the players for our final contest. There you see them right there on your screen. MADhouse versus Bar-Boy. FODL B match coming up. 22-gram designer razor grip darts for the MADhouse. Located in Harrisonburg, Virginia. Last season finishing 6th in FODL B. Hashtag double trouble. Bar-Boy sitting on a boat in the photo. Hair looking fresh. 22-gram red dragon. Peterite Mamba. 2 darts. For him, location Falls Church, Virginia. 2nd in FODL C. Obviously his first season here in FODL B. Hashtag bar is open. Let's go back to the FODL B standings, which are updated after our earlier match. So we see both players sitting at the bottom of the standings. However, MADhouse has only played 2 matches. Bar-Boy has only played 3. So decent chance that both of them can jump over top of me and leave me to be in last place instead. Of course, as is always with FODL B, 32 points for Radar is 4th place, where these 2 players will be around the 24 mark where I'm at is in last. So only 8 points separating really the majority of the players. So as it is in FODL B, every single leg is a critical leg. Every single point is a critical point, but especially for these 2 as they're off to a bit of a slower start than the rest of the competition. This matchup is actually a floating game week. We try to keep our season to a total of 10-week regular season anyway, or 12-week entire season with playoffs, just to keep it seasonal. So we have a couple weeks where players are playing 2 matches, and this is the floating game week 1 week matchup for these guys, the last match of this game week. And as you see, they will not be hitting any bonus points tonight. I shouldn't say that. They might, but a 9 mark is required. A 3.11 is required. A 15 dart leg is required, a 180 is required, and a 100 checkout is required. So maybe 3.11 could be beaten. Maybe a 100 checkout could be beaten. The other three, lock them in. Let's go to the statistics. Take a look at what we're coming up in this matchup. Bar-Boy and MADhouse sit right next to each other in the standings in cricket, 15th and 16th respectively. So just a fraction of a point separating the two. Bar-Boy technically with the advantage. He misses a little bit less, but MADhouse hits the treble a little bit more. We'll have to see how that plays out this evening. And MADhouse has done a great job, as he always has in cricket, of winning 75% of his legs so far. In 501, it's again very close in the numbers, but MADhouse does have a bit of an advantage over Bar-Boy. Bar-Boy actually with a little better scoring, but it seems like MADhouse may be a little tighter around the finishing. MADhouse has won a lot more of his legs and has faced not great competition so far. So we'll have to see how that plays out. Should be a close one. Let's throw it over to the split view. We see there is another FODL B contest going underway as well between Repat and Pepe, so they're also playing on this final docket. That match is already 1-0 in favor of Repat. Let's bring our players' audio back in and see if they're ready to get our final match of the broadcast underway. Players, you guys ready to get your Floating Game Week 1 match started?
Yes, sir. All ready.
All right, both players are ready. I know the chat is ready. One more point to go. Yeah, Chatter9 says, LOL, there's bonus points. Yeah, they're not going to beat any of those. 2 for cricket, 6-5-1 back in the B division. MADhouse has the darts first. Game on.
Shoot well. Shoot 'em well, man.
And both players with great hair in this contest. As a lot of players in FODL have great hair. And MADhouse starting off as he typically does with 3 solid singles. Ace Shot G, thanks for mentioning something in the chat. First time I've seen your name, at least in a long time. Maybe first time ever. 319's great response there from Bar-Boy. He says the old cut off the interview with the merch. That's right. Works every time. Always funny. Never not funny. This time it's just going to be 120 for MADhouse, but he is on the board first. Deadhead had asked if XL long sleeve shirts are available. Of course. You can get any size you want. Just go choose the design you want. Choose the size you want with that design. So, like, you'll be choosing, like, a t-shirt. There's a single 19 from Bar-Boy. Choose a t-shirt, put an extra large, and then add to your cart the upgrade to long sleeve. And it'll upgrade that shirt to a long sleeve shirt for you in extra large size. Single 19, single 20 from MADhouse. The rascal killed DeGrubs today is what DeGrubs is saying. That dart is a tough deflection. Is it 2 or 1? It is 2 19s there from Bar-Boy. There's the first treble of the leg. So MADhouse finds a treble 20 with that second dart, switches down to the 19s, and finds a single down there. Bar-Boy using the double 19. And he's going to find 4 19s, so a nice response to get right back into it there from Bar-Boy. But MADhouse with those darts right back on top. And a great close. This is what MADhouse's specialty is. Hitting that big wedge and closing off your numbers. And he does it to perfection there. Bar-Boy pounding away at the 4s. And then just a single 18. His dart, the green of his shaft, is almost a perfect match to the green of the wedges on his board. Looks like just 118 there from MADhouse. Now, Deadhead, it should be pretty easy to figure out if you did it backwards. It's not a big deal. I'm sure they can, that the authors, Carruthers, will be able to take care of that for you. There's 4 18s from Bar-Boy. If you're not 100% sure, just shoot a message, Deadhead, to the author, and he will make sure Carruthers orders exactly what you were looking for. There's 2 20s from MADhouse, so he's going to tack back on points. Nice little point battle, and good standard here early in this one. Not quite up to Dilly Dilly standards, but few are. There's a single 18 and a single 20, so Bar-Boy gets the 18, jump back on top, and he's going to start working on MADhouse's wedge. MADhouse working on that one wedge and does a great job to close off the one. That does not help, though. So Bar-Boy still with the 7-point advantage. He's going to try to close a wedge that matters. And he does, closing off that 20. Went for the 17s, didn't find it, but Bar-Boy now with the 7-point lead has the bigger wedge closed, and MADhouse forced to move. There's two 17s from MADhouse. Great darts from Bar-Boy. Huge darts from Bar-Boy. 4 17s. So that shuts down what the MADhouse had tried to open. Also puts an additional 17 points on the board. MADhouse joining the wire party that we saw earlier. So just a single 16 for him. Deadhead says he was trying to get a black photo long sleeve shirt. Someone alert Carruthers of what Deadhead's order was. There's two 16s from Bar-Boy, so not going to close it up. MADhouse has a chance to get some points on the board here. He's going to have to close it first. Oh, wow. Right on the wire with those two darts. MADhouse furiously punching his dartboard. You just hate to see it. Bar-Boy, by the way, going to find a single 16 and a single 15, so he's just kind of plodding along. He's MADhousing the MADhouse right now. MADhouse going to go right to the bull. Oh, that's a brutal deflection there as well. Just absolutely no reward for MADhouse. He did at least slip it into the 18, I suppose, so it gets credit for something. Bar-Boy content to try to close the 15s, but there's his first miss of the leg. Not as much consequence as MADhouse needs to work on this bull first. That looks like another good miss. I think it was another good miss into the 18 from MADhouse, so at least a mark on the board. And those two misses could prove very useful. We'll see if Bar-Boy can tidy up the 15s, though. Wow, big third there, and did not find it. So only a single 15 from MADhouse. FO Dart League saying there's only 13 ton pluses in his match. You know, a lot of 80s, though. A lot of 80 everythings. MADhouse all around the bull again. Oh, my God, that's none? Wow. Bar-Boy, meanwhile, finally closes up that 15. He's been working on that for some time. Tacks a bull in there also. So he's just going to be 2 marks away, 1 bullseye away. DeGrubs. MADhouse still going to work on this thing. That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. He caught the flight, deflected it to the 16 this time. He has been tracking. Can't find it. Bar-Boy looking to finish it up right here. No, not yet for Bar-Boy. He might have found a slop 17. That'll add some additional points. It does. He did find the 1 bull. MADhouse, this time the darts are in there. Good luck getting in the bullseye. Yeah, he decides, you know what, I can't hit that bullseye. He went to the 15. That was an interesting choice, but he did find 2 bulls. Bar-Boy needs 1. Ooh, just a bit outside.
On the wire.
On the wire, not going to find it. Now MADhouse can start scoring points, and he's going to score some points. That looks like 3 bulls from MADhouse. It is! So it actually gives him the point lead. Bar-Boy says, I'll take it back in 1 dart. And finish the leg as well. Game shot and the leg. 2 Bar-Boy, double 17 to take the points, and a bull to take it down. Bar-Boy against the throw in the first leg of cricket goes up 1-2-0. We're going to have Bar-Boy throwing first here in the second leg of cricket. Game on. Chatter 09 tried the corner and missed. Yeah, that was a good fight. Nice battle. Late charge there from MADhouse on the bull, but a little too late. And a nice 5-mark start for Bar-Boy, riding high after that finish in that last leg. And a great response from MADhouse. He's going to come out with 4 19s. And looks like just a 119 there for Bar-Boy. You know, I was so enthralled by the Dilly DeGrubs match, I didn't mark down any potential highlights. Here's a single 19 from MADhouse. Bar-Boy gonna make sure he closes up those 19s. Almost found a treble 20 on the wire. With 2 19s for him. I think Dilly had a 71 checkout on the bullseye. MADhouse has said he's going to change his strategy up a bit. He's going to close up 20s first, then go to the 18. So he is tired of Bar-Boy scoring points. Bar-Boy says, I can still get points. I think he said that. Did he say it? It's so close. Oh, it's only 2 18s. Thought it was a treble on the third. It was so close. MADhouse again going to work on the ones, but misses into the single 18. So he does find a single 18 there. Bar-Boy, though, just needs 1 to close it up. He will. And he's going to, again, move right on to a new wedge. But not able to find it. So just the 18. We'll see if MADhouse keeps his strategy going. He does. So he's going to close up 18s first. And he's going to try to punch in 4 17s. Oh, my gosh! Right next door. 2 on the wire for MADhouse. Can't find anything. All in the 2. Brutal. My gosh, we've just seen so many close starts on our broadcast this evening. 2 17s from Bar-Boy, meanwhile, and MADhouse once again is a crack to get 4. Oh, just again, right into the 2, so it's only 2 for MADhouse. And Bar-Boy has the chance to close it up first, which he will. Based on his previous visits, he's going to go right to 16. This time he's going to connect with 2 of them. So it's a 3-mark round from Bar-Boy, fending off this 2-point advantage that he has over MADhouse. MADhouse going to the 16s now. Wow. Unbelievable that he didn't find a treble there. All around it, but 3 singles. So he is going to put a little pressure on Bar-Boy here. But Bar-Boy immediately closes that up. Goes right to 15s. And cannot find a 15. So we're kind of playing a little rerun situation here. MADhouse going to go for 17s first. There's a 17. Can he find the 4 mark he needs? He can't. And he cannot find any, in fact. So it's a race to close 15s now. Bar-Boy has 3 darts first. Close on the second from Bar-Boy, but it's only 2. Once again, MADhouse can take a lead here. That's a huge first dart. Oh, go, grab it before it falls out. It stayed. Oh, my goodness. Thought it was going to fall out, but it is 4 15s. And he does take a lead on the last dart. So Bar-Boy closes. It's a bull race now. MADhouse needs 3. Bar-Boy needs 4. And Bar-Boy will continue to need 4 with a couple misses there. So full-on bull race. MADhouse needs 3. None for MADhouse. Bar-Boy, 4 bulls.
Oh.
Wow, he has a deflection. Hits off the wire of the bull and deflects out. So it's none for him. MADhouse needs 1 more. No, just the bullseye for MADhouse, but he's 1 mark away. Bar-Boy, 4 of them. Needs another. Oh, he had a chance. Found the bullseye, gave himself a shot. Couldn't find it. MADhouse just needs 1 to finish the leg. but he doesn't find it, and chance for Bar-Boy needing 2 bowls. Oh, he almost found bullseye. Yeah. It's just 1. It's sudden death bowling now. Each player needing 1 more. Pressure darts here. That's gotta be for MADhouse. It is! Game shot! And the leg to MADhouse. A furious bull charge from Bar-Boy, but he fends him off, and by a single mark, MADhouse is going to take victory in that leg. We're going to move all level now to 501. MADhouse with the darts. Game on. As I was kind of mentioning earlier, I had a thought that I started. I didn't write down any highlights from the DeGrubs match. The DeGrubs Dilly match. I should call it the Dilly match. Great start from MADhouse, by the way. There's a nice ton. There was a 71 finish from Dilly on the bullseye. Anyone know what leg that was in? There's a 45. I think it was like the 6th leg. There's a 79 pop from DeGrubs. There's a ton 40. Speaking of pop from MADhouse, I had to wait. I was like, was that a max? Did I miss a max? I looked away for a second again, and huge darts coming in from MADhouse's side of things. Bar-Boy just throws one sideways at the board there. Totally got rejected by the guards, but it's a 75. Found a treble anyway. MADhouse on fire right now. And he's staying on fire. 81. Puts him just above checkout territory after 9 darts. Bar-Boy, meanwhile, finds 41, and let's see how MADhouse's setup game is. Doing some calculating, I suppose. He's going to find a 45, so it gets him to a finish. Bar-Boy needs a max to get to a finish. He will not find that. Instead, he finds a 30, so no threat right now in this leg from Bar-Boy. MADhouse 135. I like the thought there from MADhouse, but he does happen to find a breakfast. We'll get to the breakfast next leg. Let MADhouse try to tidy this one first, but will Bar-Boy find a way to put some pressure on? There's a 60 from Bar-Boy, so not really much pressure here. MADhouse 109. And it's off. 39 from MADhouse. That's a couple eye rolls on that one. Not too egregious. Can Bar-Boy find some big darts? Well, it's another 60, so he's starting to straighten it out a bit over there is Bar-Boy, but he's still not on a finish. MADhouse 6 more darts from 70. One dart for tops. And he's going to find it. Pop for the MADhouse. A 70 finish for him. Finding tops for a 21 dart leg. Game shot and the leg to the MADhouse. Huge finish there. 18. Wanted to double check himself. Went for the 12. Finds tops. And a nice start to 501 for MADhouse. Bar-Boy going to try to bounce back after a rough start. Game on. Nice wow sex. Very succinct one-word exclamations in the chat for that one. A tidy 70 finish. there for MADhouse. It was just dead center, too. Just no doubt about that double 20. And there's a 41 star from MADhouse. That does remind me, though, we did have a breakfast in that first leg, courtesy of the MADhouse. And as we do here in the FODL, we always ask you, the viewing audience, an official breakfast question. That looks like a 83, I think, from Bar-Boy. So earlier I asked what your favorite checkout was. And now I'm going to ask, what is your least favorite? So again, you can tell me the double itself. You can tell me a combination finish if you have a least favorite combination finish. That dart was rejected vigorously. 40 from MADhouse. But let me know in the chat your least favorite finish in all of darts. Let me know. So this time it's Bar-Boy off to a slightly hotter start. There's a 55 there. Repat up 2-1 over Pepe Le. We did already lap them in this contest as they were already done with the first leg of cricket before we started. There's a 85 from MADhouse. A nice bounce back visit for him. Slinger going to steal Toaster's joke and say that his favorite double or his least favorite double is the one he doesn't hit. There's a 58. In that case, I would hit all doubles. DeGrubs says no such thing, double's a double, but is there a finish you like the least? Chatter09 says he hates double 5. Wow, that dart just fell right out for MADhouse. This is a trend we've seen from MADhouse the last 2 times he's been on stream. Just darts not going in the board. Maybe he needs to try some thinner flights out. There's a interesting looking turn from Bar-Boy. Might be 80. Oh, it's actually 90, so it is 2 treble 5s. All trebles for Bar-Boy on that one. And he's got a nice 62 average carrying into checkout territory here. There's another breakfast from MADhouse. So let me know your least favorite finish. That was your breakfast question. Got to be a 44. Sorry, 43 there from Bar-Boy. And looks like 70, I think, from MADhouse. Could be 13. It is only 13. Unlucky for him there. Bar-Boy 150.
Oh.
Oh, wow. Right next door. Oh, boy. All next door, all around the board. Looks like 27 scored for him, but MADhouse not on a finish yet. A couple answers in there. Double 7. That's a common one. Double 3. Double 5, if he has to choose, says Slinger. That's why he splits it every time. There's a 45 from MADhouse. Bar-Boy 123. I like the correction there from Bar-Boy. Great math to start. Started on the 19, slipped, I think, into that 16, but good adjustment to realize he still had a chance. He's going to be left on 68, but MADhouse is going to try to put a little pressure on here. A nice 99 from MADhouse. So, yeah, that does put Bar-Boy under a little heat, but first, Bar-Boy requires 68. Another good thought from Bar-Boy there. So maybe Bar-Boy's been working on the math. Oh, I think he missed the big 17, though, so he's going to be left on 55. It's an unlucky 13 for him. MADhouse 112. It's going to be off after that first start. It's a dangling 9 for MADhouse. Bar-Boy 55. Tops.
Got it.
He's going to find it. Pop, pop for Bar-Boy. Game shot. And the leg to Bar-Boy. Great finishing from both players, each taking out a combination in their first legs of 501. Very tighty right there. It's 2-2 all level going to leg 5. MADhouse has the darts. Game on. HX Duck says he's never missed double 13, so that's his favorite again. He didn't tell us his least favorite. He thinks 18s from 112. I would definitely say not 18s. Oh, that's so close for Bar-Boy, but it's a 140 for him. Had a chance, was 2 darts into the 9 there. You could hear him almost going crazy, but it was just on top of a great start, 140 for Bar-Boy. MADhouse comes back with a nice 81. I was going to start talking about 112. The reason to not go 18s there, yes, I understand what you're saying with the 4 18s for tops. That makes sense. But if you miss the 18 wedge into the 1 or the 4, you're dead. Your turn's over. That's it. You're done. There's a 45 from Bar-Boy. 112, you should start on 20s. At least you can miss into the 5. There is a 80 from MADhouse. So good fix after his first slow visit. What's wrong with the 18s? Yeah, so it's just because a single 1 or a single 4 ends your turn. Because you can just hit 420s just as easily for double 16. It's not like it leaves you anything worse. There's no advantage of 18s over 20s. There's a nice 60 scored from Bar-Boy. He goes, then don't miss. Well, even still, I would argue that 420s is better. Speaking of 420s, MADhouse says, I'll hit 2 double 18s and a 5. So he's found 3 double 18s this leg. He's averaging 69. Nice. And all of a sudden, the double coming into play. Double trouble it is not for MADhouse. There's some left trouble from Bar-Boy as he finds all 5s. 5 of them for just 25. MADhouse now in the treble. He decides not to use double 20s, switches down this time, so 87. And just like that, MADhouse on a finish. $59 there from Bar-Boy. Solid darts as well. He'll be sitting just outside checkout position. MADhouse first for 138. And it's off. A breakfast from MADhouse. So if you didn't answer the breakfast question, let us know your least favorite checkout, finish, double, whatever it may be. Bar-Boy 172. Looking for a great setup here. Solid 80 scored. So that puts him in threatening range, but it's MADhouse again, 112. Not going to be able to finish out here. Good math, though, from MADhouse. Going to leave him on an even 70. Bar-Boy, 92. Oh, wow. I think he went right next door into treble 1 with that third. So Bar-Boy going to be left with just a 15 scored there on 77. MADhouse 70. He's already done it once. Same route. Oh, not the same route. Double 12. Leaves him on double 14. Oh, and he can't go double-double. So hits the double 12 by mistake just outside double 14. The Menser denied. And it's now Bar-Boy with a crack at 77. Oh, he can't find the big number again. He does manage on the third, though, to find it. So he'll sit himself on tops. MADhouse requires the Menser, 28. Slips into the 9. Got to tidy up now. Double 8. Inside double 8. He nearly found double 3 by mistake. Managed to stay in the single. Gave himself a chance. Now Bar-Boy can steal with tops. He goes next door to double 1, so now it's double 19. And Bar-Boy can go lushy with the finish. Game shot. And the leg to Bar-Boy. Taking it down lushy style. Double 1. Double 19 for a break of throw and a bit of a steal there from MADhouse. Bar-Boy's up 3-2. He's got the darts now. Game on. HX Duck was all ready for the 18s on the 112 after we just debated it. I respect it. There's a 36 to start from Bar-Boy. I got to tell you, my least favorite checkout is probably 15. There is a 59 to start from MADhouse. I hate, for my throw, the single 7 is just not a good place to be. So having to hit single 7 to go double 4 is not ideal. There's a 70 for Bar-Boy. And then, occasionally I'll go for the 3. I don't like hitting single 3 either. I tend to hit a lot of treble 3s by accident going for 3 because my misses are usually high. There's an 85. So that becomes a problem because then it goes to double 3, which is my least favorite individual double on the board. That might be a 60 there from Bar-Boy. That's a 41. And then, of course, even if I hit the 3 going that way, and then I go inside the 6, I'm back on double 3 anyway. So 15, no fun for me. I'd rather not leave it. There is a 45 from MADhouse. That's my reasoning. This has been a good quality contest here. FODL B darts, 45 there from Bar-Boy. 56 average right now for MADhouse, 53 for Bar-Boy, so a great standard here. HX Duck says he used to go 11 double 2 back in his day. There's a 45. I mean, I see a lot of people go 5 double 5. I don't like it. But, I mean, I guess if you could use it as a marker somehow, potentially. Bar-Boy a little loose on that visit there. Looks like a 49 scored, though. So, a little bit of a stray dart. MADhouse right next door, only going to find a 17. So both players getting jinxed by the booth after I talked about how well they were playing, cooling off a bit. There's a 30 for Bar-Boy. Repat up 3-2 over Pepe. They're both throwing a 54 average, so they're throwing some good darts. Up in that other match, it also looks like a barn burner. And 45 there from MADhouse. So both players here, again, just methodically kind of plotting in this leg. Still going to be worth the same 2 points at the end of that. 61 from Bar-Boy. Unfortunate. Needed to stay up on the treble, or up on the 20s to try to leave a finish there. And a 60 from MADhouse, so he will get to a finish. Bar-Boy on 169. It is a bogey. HX Duck, thanks for tuning in, man. Appreciate you participating in the chat as well. 4 a.m. for you, so thanks for staying up late. That's just a 23 from Bar-Boy. Thanks again for tuning in. Good to see you, buddy. Glad you got to see some amazing cricket. I know you were looking forward to it. 145 is on. Oh, wow. So close for MADhouse there. Wanted that treble 15 for tops. Now figuring out where he's at, taking his time. And he's going to leave himself on 52, so good math there from MADhouse. Bar-Boy requires 146. And it's off. Good second dart there from Bar-Boy. So he's going to score, looks like a 73. MADhouse, though, 52. So he's missed the big number here. He's doing 52 minus 9. He wanted the 11. He found, I think, the double. And oh no, then double 3. So there's double trouble for MADhouse. So double 3, double 11, single 9. Oh, it was actually out. Oh, it was outside the 11. That's what he's trying to show. Bar-Boy looking for 73. Oh, he's found treble 14 by mistake. So that leaves him double 6. Oh, just outside. So both players hitting some accidental slices of wedges. Bar-Boy had a chance for double 6, was right outside. MADhouse is now looking at 37. He is still looking for a big number. Double 12. No. Outside for MADhouse. So Bar-Boy, he's sitting on 12, double 6. Double 3, the basement. Oh, it's just above for Bar-Boy. Was so close to the double 3. He's now left on 3. MADhouse looks for 24. He's going to find it on that first dart. Game shot in the leg to MADhouse. Breaks right back, and we're all level at 3 again. A back and forth matchup here in FODL B. Trending towards a tie, because why not? MADhouse has the darts. Game on. Slinger says he's out also. Night guys, his route in the storm is going to suck. That's, yeah, no fun. Wet newspapers indeed. There's a 60 from MADhouse. Be safe out there. Fireman says he downloaded Tetris on his phone. He's very distracted right now. There's a 60 from Bar-Boy. Is that pretty good? That was pretty good, I thought. It wasn't quite FODL After Dark level. But I added the harmony in there. I mean, that's hard to do. 45 from Bar-Boy. DJ Mike Hughes says, yeah, the other match is 3-3-2. So we might go ties all the way around in all our FODL B contests tonight. There's an 85 from MADhouse. Every match in FODL B this week can be tied except for mine. Because I've lost again. 59 from Bar-Boy. Shadow 9 says, great, now we're going to be banned for the Tetris theme song. It's because it was so spot on that the algorithm will definitely be able to tell. That's how good it was. Whoa! That's a high dart from MADhouse. 21, have a drink of your adult beverage, if, of course, you are of legal drinking age. Courtesy of that scooter dart from MADhouse. 45 from Bar-Boy. So again, steady plotting here from both players. There's another breakfast. If you didn't let us know your least favorite finish or your least favorite checkout, now's the time to let me know in the chat. I talked about my hatred for 15. Oh, 39 for Bar-Boy. Tough deflection there. DJ Mike Hughes says he has yet to be in a 4-4 tie. Same here as back-to-back breakfast from MADhouse. You know, I have won 4 legs, I think, like twice in the last 3 seasons. I just usually don't get over 4. I like to hover around 2 or 3 leg wins with the occasional 1 thrown in. There's a 24 from a Bar-Boy. So a couple rough visits from both. MADhouse, will he switch to avoid another breakfast? Oh, he'll just hit a single 1. So there's a 7. So MADhouse's last 12 darts, 21, 26, 26, 7. It's not good. There's a 45 MADhouse goes, is that good? Or actually 85 from Bar-Boy. So he'll actually be sitting on a finish as he's now well out in front. MADhouse struggling to find the 20. Does it exist? Well, the single 20 doesn't, but the treble does. So maybe that treble gets him going, 66. Puts him under 200 at least. Bar-Boy 144, it's off.
Oh my gosh.
And it's just 29 for Bar-Boy. MADhouse at 185. Pitts 2 says he loves all checkouts. No, he doesn't. There's a 94, I think, from MADhouse. So it did get him going, that 66 a bit. Bar-Boy 115. It's going to be off. And just 22. So now it's Bar-Boy's turn to have a couple rough visits in a row. And both players sitting in the 90s. MADhouse first. He went the bull route. Can't tell what he hit. I'm very confused now. Okay, that was a 2. That's what he hit. All right, that makes sense. All right, so he's left on 40. Bar-Boy's 93. Oh, good thought from Bar-Boy. So he's going to be left on 57 there. MADhouse was able to get himself to tops with that double 20. See if he can find it again. Whoa, that was high. Trying to walk it down now. And he cannot. So outside for MADhouse, Bar-Boy with a chance here has 57. One dart for double top. Whoa! Nervously close to the 60 there for Bar-Boy. He'll be left on the Rascal. MADhouse get another crack for tops. And he's going to find it on that second dart. Game shot. And the leg to MADhouse. So he's going to hold the throw. He does his half of the 4-4 tie. Goes up 4-3. Now it's on Bar-Boy to try to hold his throw for a tie, or will MADhouse secure a victory? Bar-Boy has the darts first. Game on. DJ MyQ says his least favorite double is 95. His favorites are 157 and 139 because he hit them in FODL matches against Surgeon. Fatigue setting in, says K-Ball. And a good start from Bar-Boy. Looks like a 59 there. People now talking about time in 2020 not existing. Good start from MADhouse as well with a solid 60 put in.
Oh my gosh.
That is a bit of a loose breakfast from Bar-Boy. Pepe Le, by the way, went up 4-3 over Repat, so we'll see if Repat can hold throw to get a tie. Actually, Repat will need to break throw to get a tie. 41 from MADhouse. And back-to-back breakfast now for Bar-Boy. So shaky a bit here in the last two legs for Bar-Boy. MADhouse trying to jump on that opportunity, get some leg wins. That's a loose visit from MADhouse now for just 28. So it is maybe the 11 p.m. curse. We haven't crossed over the threshold yet. Nobody has changed into a pumpkin to my knowledge. That looks like a 92, I think, from Bar-Boy. So he got himself back in the treble 20. A nice bounce back visit. Whoa! Another scooter dart. Maybe we should call them crim darts, too, because I tend to do that now from time to time. 40 for for MADhouse, probably due to all the karma of me mocking Scooter for doing it. I deserve everything that comes my way. There's a 45, I think, from Bar-Boy. So he's starting to stretch out a bit of a lead in this one. $60 from MADhouse, so nice correction for him as well.
Oh my gosh.
That is the third brekkie brek of the leg for Bar-Boy. He's thinking about what he's going to eat tomorrow morning already. You could hear the bit of a frustration in Bar-Boy's voice. There's a 41 from MADhouse. Fortunately for Bar-Boy, not been too thoroughly punished yet, as MADhouse hasn't found a big treble. Speaking of big trebles, there's a nice one from Bar-Boy. So 85 gets him down to a finish just like that. A nice bounce back from him. And there's a big treble for MADhouse. So I just had to ask for it. Ask and ye shall receive. There's a 65 from MADhouse. That's an unfortunate bogey to be left on. Bar-Boy 142. It's off. K-Ball says the buffet is open. All the breakfasts. Can't quite tell where that second dart ended up for Bar-Boy. Oh, it was a treble. So nice 84 for Bar-Boy. Great math from Bar-Boy as well with the switch. MADhouse on 166. Cannot find a finish from there. He will find a 48. Bar-Boy, though, looks for 58. 2 darts.
Third dart.
And he'll find it on that third. Game shot and the leg to Bar-Boy, securing the draw. FODL B all the way in this one, ladies and gentlemen. A great, very close contest between some players throwing some very nice darts. 4-4 draw is what it turns out to be. Kissing your sister in FODL B. It's what we love. Chatter09, tie it up. Pits 2, of course. K-Ball 02 says, LOL. We'll go to some post-game interviews here. Looks like MADhouse will be ready first. He's not wearing a collared shirt this time. Interesting. He's got a little beard growing as well. Maybe he's gone on vacation. MADhouse, talk to me about that first. No collared shirt, little facial hair going on. Are you taking a hiatus? What's going on, man?
Yeah, I it's funny. I put on the shirt and I definitely thought to myself, at what point in the interview will it get brought up? I did not suspect it being the introduction of the interview. But yeah, I took the week off, letting the facial hair grow out, letting my darts turn to shit, and yeah, no, it's great. A lot of crim darts off the board, but nonetheless pretty fun. Hopefully fun to watch because there's some ugly darts in there, but we actually had some decent double outs. We hit the fat part of some doubles and closed out. So there was some glimmers of hope in there, and I think both of us have a good shot here to surprise some people this season. Yeah, definitely, and a very typical FODL B match. The flashes of the greatness, the flashes of the FODL B-ness, as I said to Lush earlier. Let's talk about the cricket start for you. We know cricket is something that you always have done well in. Bar-Boy jumped out first in that first cricket leg, but you had that nice comeback in the second one. Did leveling up cricket there give you a little bit of momentum heading into 501? Is that something that's consciously on your mind? I mean, it is. I think if you can at least split cricket, if not win it, you put yourself in a distinct advantage, not only in score, but mentality going into 501. So yeah, I was really trying to pull out and make sure that I at least got one leg there. Lots of next door neighbor trebles in a lot of the night, both in cricket and 501. So just got to hone in a little bit. I was disappointed in my shots at bull, and I was pretty close a number of times, just couldn't hit it. Yeah, a lot of close starts. That's also been a theme of this evening's cast. Anyway, let's talk about some of the finishing.
it seems like you're getting a little bit more comfortable with some of the math. You had some nice finishes. I think it was a 70 that you took out. There are also a couple other chances at some big finishes. And then overall, just pretty solid doubling for you. That seems to be something that's also been something for you to hang your hat on as you've gone through your FODL career. What is it about that finishing that you seem to step up and find those big darts that sometimes you couldn't find during the scoring portion?
I can't decide whether I want to slow down or speed up when it comes to finishing. Sometimes it probably looks like on the cast and I'm sitting there trying to calculate and do my math. Other times it's just like control my breathing, slow down, think it through. I played really fast against you, and obviously it worked out really well because you're terrible. But I tried to slow it down and go back to my normal methodical self, and it was all right. Probably could do some better math. Definitely don't go 18s on 112 is what I learned throughout me shooting at 112 twice tonight. But yeah, all in all, not too bad at doubles. And Bar-Boy had honestly, like I haven't seen the match stats, but I would assume probably something similar. He did really, really well.
Yeah, both you guys very tidy, and that kind of kept the momentum of the match going for both of you. Next week, game week 4, you're going to be facing off against Deadhead Darter. He's had a hot start to the season here. Was one of the preseason favorites maybe by a lot of people to move up out of FODL B. What are you looking forward to getting out of that contest?
Well, I appreciate you looking ahead. I got DJ Mike Hughes tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern. Battle of Mike's. My flow isn't there, but I'm at least growing my facial hair to catch up to his luscious locks. So got to get through that one first, and then Deadhead after that. Anyone in B can beat anyone. It's really the scores across the, or at least the points across the league might not be as tight as they were last season, but it's still early, so I anticipate it to end up being pretty close from top to bottom throughout the season.
Yeah, certainly would expect nothing less than that. MADhouse, great job tonight securing 4 legs out of this one. I think because this was the floating game week, yeah, all the bonus points were crazy, so probably not any bonuses for you because that was just kind of ridiculous. But still, 4 leg wins on the board. That'll always keep you afloat in FODL B. Good luck tomorrow against DJ Mike Hughes and for the rest of the season.
Thanks, Krim, and Bar-Boy. Hope that hand's feeling all right. Burn boy, slow down with the fire, man. Glad it's your non-throwing hand. We don't want an author situation. We don't need any crutch.
And we'll go over now to Bar-Boy. That's a backstory I didn't hear. Bar-Boy also with the nice hair flow, of course, also going with the non-collared shirt. So tell me about that first. I did notice the Band-Aids on there. I thought maybe you nicked yourself cooking or something like that. But it sounds like there's a story there. You want to share it.
Yeah, so about a half hour before the match, I was stoking our wood stove in the fireplace and touched the side of the cast iron and just absolutely destroyed my hand. So it was pretty much beforehand putting on some bandages, some burn gel, some ice in it, and then grabbing a couple brews and trying to throw.
Well, it didn't seem to affect you too much. You came out very hot in cricket, obviously knowing you had a tough task against MADhouse there in cricket. Were you feeling pain at all? Was it affecting the throw, or was it just kind of something, it's there, I'll just have to deal with it type of situation?
Yeah, I mean, it was my non-throwing hand, so, I mean, I was aware of it, I could feel it, but it didn't really affect how I played. Honestly, I came into the night, and the last 2 weeks, I've thrown terribly. Like, it's just been atrocious, 30s and 40s. So walking away with a tie, I feel like I finally got into B. This is like the first match, and now my season can actually start.
Well, you've achieved something I've yet to achieve, which is winning 4 legs in a B match. So, maybe we'll go 4-4 just to make it fair for both of us. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. But yeah, you had some great flashes again, as I kind of mentioned there with MADhouse. I have to note that your math seemed much better. Is that something that you did consciously put some work in on? Because especially your first start seemed to be pretty much universally at the correct target. A lot of times some good adjustments as well. And I don't know, do you feel like that helped with some of the tidy finishing that you had?
Yeah, so since my scoring had been so bad the last 2 weeks, all I did literally was practice my doubles and then practice math. Like, I didn't practice throwing for points. That's all I did. So I think it was a little better. I still had some misses, but at least my math was more in line. and then I definitely doubled, I think, substantially better than my first couple matches.
Yeah, definitely knowing the target you're going to go for, I think personally helps a lot with the confidence when you're shooting at the doubles. It definitely showed for you this evening. And if you can shore that up, that's kind of been your Achilles heel so far. Next week, you're going to get a chance to face off against Radar. He's also had a slowish start to the season, his struggles, but that should be a good, fun match against one of your good buddies. What are you looking forward to about playing Radar next week?
Looking forward to a 4-4 tie. That's the expectation. But yeah, I mean, when I got into FODL, I was really looking forward to playing some of the people I've known. I think I've known Thomas and Robert since I was 5 years old. So it's been a couple seasons waiting for these moments to play you and Robert. So looking forward to it.